They don't talk about us, only when there's a crime. Would you believe me if I was to tell you that in this world, with or without money, we're all rich, even the poor? The problem is those that say that I'm reaching out to give a hand and stay they leeching hands is itching, ready to see you missing. Well, thinking what to write, something inside me told me I can freestyle or I can rap. I can go with a rhythm that can make you dance. Tell you what I see on a daily, tell you everything's okay just to avoid dilemma. Or I can simply bring you something positive to the table and warn you of the ongoing problems that we're having. Instead, I have to reach out to my conscience once again as I watch the crime and the violence rise and the kids lose their innocence. Now the concept of forming a home day by day loses its essence. They don't want to hear that. I can't keep my arms crossed in front of the system. If I don't do something, I'm also part of the problem. As guilty as the one that pulls the trigger, like the person in the crowd that hits the record button on their phone to expose a lie instead of the truth for clout. They need 1,000 views. The government doesn't have a solution. The problem started when we took God out the equation. The problem ain't us celebrating. The problem is that we're a nation divided when we should be a nation united and praying. That's how we live today. When problems occur, we come up with a meaning. Laugh a little, move on with no care in the world, as if it ain't even a thing in this world. If it's like this today, I don't want to see the future. Because nowadays, they'll make a meme out of a person that can't even see the day of light no more. What makes you think they care? They can't even break bread at the table. I don't know how you want to be rappers and lyricists can go on with life, living on an illusion with nothing good to write. Talking about killing someone, selling drugs with pride, until the scripts are flipped and it's someone you love dies. Right? This ain't solved by activating the National Guards and going behind bars. This is deep, this is me and you. And they say as time passed by, we'll heal everything. Shit, you know these scars? I seen time flash by and never felt everything. Leaving me on standby, ready to kill everything. Alone in the mirror, looking at myself, say, girl, you're everything. You don't need for anything, shorty. So unless you walk a mile in my shoes, don't say anything. Just take a minute and listen so you can consume everything. Me and you are not the same, so make sure you look both ways when you cross me, and that's on everything. Hey, what up, everybody? I hope all of y'all is having a blessed and humble morning. I hope all of y'all continue to have a blessed and humble morning. Hey, I want to welcome all of y'all to the Writers for Life Brings You Let's Talk About It podcast, and we're gonna be reacting to current events. I'm gonna show y'all some of Papa Doug's. Shout out to Papa Doug. I got some of his clips. Let me make sure that y'all can hear me. All right, we go on the audio. All right, for like the past 2 to 3 months, the shorty been talking about, the WWW3, right? And people have been like, nah, we ain't going through that. It's just that we're gonna be having all these, how can I say it? Earthquakes and shit like that. We ain't really having earthquakes, right? And I've been telling people, Philadelphia has never experienced earthquakes. Like for Philadelphia to sit here and experience earthquakes back to back, something's not right. Where are we at? So here we go. Now, after months of us being in WWW3, and I'm gonna say it just like that because they clap channels for saying the actual word. Now, months after being in the middle of that, now they want to come in warn U.S. citizens about what is actually happening in the USA. I'll be telling everybody, man, just don't just watch your local news. Watch them international news. You'll learn a lot.
This evening, we are also following this new security warning right here in the U.S. from the FBI and Homeland Security, warning of potential threats to public gatherings. The timing of this and why they're concerned tonight. Here's our Chief Justice correspondent, Pierre Thomas, with late reporting.
Tonight, FBI and Homeland Security officials are warning U.S. law enforcement about the potential for terror inspired by that deadly ISIS attack in Moscow targeting a concert hall. The concern, according to the bulletin, violence targeting mass gatherings such as sports stadiums, concert venues, or houses of worship in the United States. Law enforcement told to be on the lookout for any suspicious activity. The bulletin coming just days before millions will gather to watch the eclipse on Monday. Authorities say following the Moscow attack, ISIS and its supporters celebrated the assault and shared graphic and violent attack footage, the terror group calling for similar attacks in the United States. I'm told U.S. law enforcement is being urged to take this bulletin seriously. Sources say ISIS remains a very real threat, David.
Pierre Thomas, live in Washington. Pierre, thank you.
All right. So apparently there's still a live threat, right? But y'all are just coming out telling the public about this. Nobody's curious. I mean, a lot of us have been talking about this for months. People are like, no, it's not that. Okay, nothing's coming. We ain't got to watch it. We ain't got to be careful. We ain't got to talk about it. People are probably too scared. Listen, I don't know what the problem is, but it's time. If you ain't got that green thumb, I suggest for a lot of y'all to start collecting them little cans, canned goods and stuff like that. Start, buying plants from people, because a lot of us are coming together. We're going to start, the garden thing again this summer, and we're going to start selling plants for cheaps, like real cheap. So we're going to grow our own plants and we're going to actually sell them. Like we can get seeds. We've got seeds, like plenty of them to go around. We really need to start preparing. Y'all got to wash them bottled waters though. So y'all better start boiling them waters and start, taking care of yourselves. And be careful, be ready. We're in the middle of war. I can't say the 3 W's at once. Let me see, where the hell is Biden at? Because his little ass was here too. Now, Shitty Beans over here is now scared. Shitty Beans should have never started this war, but now he's scared. Let's listen to what this news reporter got to say about Shitty Beans. And yes, that's his name, Shitty Beans.
US President Joe Biden has described Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's approach to the war in Gaza as a mistake. This is Biden's sharpest critique of how the Israeli government is handling the conflict with Hamas. Biden made the statement during an interview with Univision that was taped just days after Israeli military strikes killed 7 World Central Kitchen aid workers.
I kept my word. So I think what he's doing is a mistake. I don't agree with his approach. I think it's outrageous that those 3 vehicles were hit by drones and taken out on a highway where it wasn't like it was along the shore. It wasn't like there was a convoy moving there, et cetera. So what I'm calling for is for the Israelis to just call for a ceasefire, allow for the next 6-8 weeks total access to all food and medicine going into the country.
Meanwhile, the U.S.
This man is tripping. He is digging a bigger hole. Listen, man. All these presidents ain't shit. I gotta give it to Trump though, because whatever he did seize the war. I'm not for him. I know Trump is for business. He's good for that. But these presidents are still puppets to the governments. This one's worse. This one, everybody's been warned about Biden, but nobody wanted to listen. Why? Because the man said, if you ain't black, if you don't vote for him, you ain't black. First of all, ain't nobody black. The color of your skin is all shades of brown. Black is the suit you wear, the color of my mic, my laptop, the color of my hair. But because this man went out and said that, oh my God, we had all Hispanics and the whole black community go vote for him. Not realizing that the man back in the 70s sat here and called us monkeys, said we belong in a zoo and we shouldn't be in his public schools. Oh, but nobody remembers that. Everybody caught amnesia.
Secretary of State Anthony Blinken has said that Hamas has been presented a very serious offer for a truce and hostage deal. The proposal was handed by Egyptian and Qatari mediators at talks in Cairo. However, Hamas, in their response, said that the Israeli proposal on a ceasefire did not meet the demands of Palestinian militant factions, but it would study the offer further and deliver its response to mediators. Now, on the eve of Eid al-Fitr, an airstrike on residential buildings in the Nusayrat refugee camp in the central Gaza region killed at least 14 Palestinians. The Hamas-run health ministry shared these figures. Other airstrikes were reported in Deir al-Bala in central Gaza and Rafah in the far south. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has repeatedly flagged plans for a ground assault on Rafah, where more than 1 million displaced civilians are holed up. Despite international pleas for restraint, according to sources, Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant, in a phone call to the U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin, specified that so far no date has been finalized for the Israeli operation in Rafah. Meanwhile, the British government has decided not to halt sales of arms to Israel by British companies. The statement was made by UK Foreign Minister David Cameron 6 months into the Israeli air and ground campaign in Gaza, triggered by Hamas' October 7th attack on southern Israel. UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak's government has come under heavy pressure to revoke licenses that allow arms exports to Israel. Crisis in the Red Sea continues to spiral, as in the latest, the US military said that it had destroyed an inbound anti-ship ballistic missile over the Gulf.
Now, if y'all been following me, y'all know I've been talking about these ships in the Red Sea for the past couple of weeks, and nobody's been paying attention. Nobody's been listening. Open up y'all ears. Listen, man, wake up. Open them eyelids up. Drink some coffee. If you need some tequila in the morning, pour that shot inside that coffee. Smell the aroma of the coffee and wake the hell up. Like, we're in the middle of the 3 W's.
Gulf of Aden that was launched by Iranian-backed Houthis and likely targeted the MV Yorktown. According to US Central Command's post on social media platform X, no injuries or damage was reported. Houthi attacks have disrupted global shipping through the Suez Canal, forcing firms to reroute to longer and more expensive journeys around southern Africa. The militants, who control the most populous part of Yemen, call their action a response to Israel's military operations in Gaza and a show of solidarity with the Palestinians. Our correspondent Susan Tehrani sent us this report earlier on why President Biden's reluctance to support a Rafah offensive doesn't seem to be enough to stop Netanyahu from going ahead with it. Listen to this.
Despite President Biden's reservations about the potential consequences of a large-scale operation in Rafah, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu appears to be determined to proceed with the offensive. The Israeli government has a history of disregarding U.S. concerns and pursuing its own military objectives. And it seems that Netanyahu is willing to do so again in this case. Now, it's important to note that Israel says that it's absolutely necessary to root out a terrorist infrastructure in Gaza, including Hamas's leadership and military cache, also citing the threat from Iranian-backed groups.
Susan further explained the implications of the support that U.S. is providing towards a hostage deal in Gaza and what kind of effect that will have. Listen to this.
A U.S. support for the hostage deal in Gaza could help perhaps cool tensions in the region, particularly as it's near the Muslim holiday of Eid al-Fitr. However, the deal would also require Israel to release Palestinian prisoners, which could be controversial domestically, notably for Prime Minister Netanyahu. Additionally, the deal would not address the underlying issue of the conflict, and the U.S. and Israel would still need to develop a day-after plan for Gaza once those hostages are released.
All right, so it seems like Biden's not letting go. My bad. Blessings, licking kisses, blessings, realist. Anybody that does pop up on the chat, I'm not ignoring anybody in the chat. I'm trying to, pay attention to the chat and the videos at the same time and talk. It seems like Biden's not letting go of this war. So us here in the USA, we need to really, get our priorities straight, get our shit together, and start preparing. Because a lot of us, what we don't seem to realize is we've been prepared for war. We've been prepared for war. The crazy part is that if war came, we drop like flies because we're not focused. We're not. I don't know how to put this into words. Like a lot of people is focused on the wrong shit. Like right now, everybody's so focused on these celebrities and all this other stuff. Like look what's going on and what's happening around us. And I know a lot of people don't want to hear it, but these are the current events. These are the current events. This is what's been happening while we've been focused speaking on these celebrities, talking about these celebrities, worrying about these celebrities. When are we going to worry about us? The changes that we need in our community, the changes that we need to better our community with, the resources that we need. All the funds are going towards this war. All the funds are going towards private prisons. Are we going to make the stand that we need to make? Or are we just going to sit around and keep twirling our fingers and worrying about the celebrities, hoping that the government comes to rescue us? Because as far as I'm concerned, we the people is the government. We set the rules, we do this, but we're so focused on the presidents. We're focused on the presidents. We can make a little change and start making change, but we don't want to. Who that lands on? Us, not the government, us. Because if we start showing them that we can do these things and that we can come together and build communities, let's take out the word community and build villages and prosper, we can do our thing. But we don't want to. We want to keep being divided. Ooh, look at blessings, blessings, big sis. Blessings to perpetual platypussy. I always mess up the platypussy part, man. All right. So let's move on to the next topic and let's go on to the next current event that we got right here. I was going to speak on this yesterday, but I was real caught up with my kids. They did not let me go. I was held hostage. So my kids came first yesterday, and we had a good time though. But these the topics that I was gonna show y'all yesterday. Some of y'all may know about these situations that are happening, but I'm not here to give the news and bring awareness to the ones that do know about it. If you know about it, you should bring some awareness. I'm here for those that don't know about it. Let's talk about it. Let's see what changes can we bring. Because if you do know about it, what solutions do you got? Because we got to keep bringing the solutions to the table. People just keep giving up, and that's the problem. Too many people giving up. So apparently we got a body camera footage shows Akron officer shoot teen who had fake gun. Parents, listen, man, there's a reason I stopped because I thought it was all right, back then when I had my boys a couple years back. Let them play with the little guns. Let them do this because they boys. Fuck it. They just gonna play cowboys, cops, and robbers. Nah, man, because when these kids play out there, the first time I ever saw a cop shoot a kid, that shit right there just like, whoa. Like, how can you not tell the difference between a real gun and a toy gun? But it's been happening. People have been talking about these situations, and for some reason, parents are still giving these kids these guns that look so real, letting them go out there and play with them. And these kids are just playing cops and robbers. But you know what's crazy? Some kids actually do take it to the extra limit. Their pranks and their jokes go too far. And I've seen these kids go head to head with these officers. So for the people out there, they be like, oh no, this, yes, I've seen it. They go head to head. Same way us adults would be cursing them out and be talking shit. These kids are doing. I don't know. Listen, man, I don't know how many of y'all know it, but there's a war right now in Philadelphia. And for this, listen, I need y'all to hear it. Clap my channel if they want to clap my channel. Fuck it, but I need y'all to hear this. Like, we need to chill, the officers and the civilians, because here in Philly is a big war. Nobody's talking about it. You don't hear this on the news, how the cops are killing the civilians and the civilians are killing the cops over the pettiest shit. Nobody's talking about it. But I guess that's how it's going to be. Let me see. I got the screen set. All right. Y'all can see the video, but I want y'all to hear what this mom has to say.
I want to hear from the police officer. I want to hear what he was really thinking.
A grandmother wants answers after an Akron police officer shot her 15-year-old grandson who had a fake gun. We want to warn you, the video just released today by the city of Akron may be tough for you to watch. It shows what happened 1 week ago. The teenager was hit in the hand and survived. The officer is on paid leave while state investigators review that shooting. News 5 investigator Tara Morgan spoke with the teen's grandmother, who's shaken and angry.
The shooting happens in just seconds.
Can I see your hands real quick? Oh, hey, it's fake. Shots fired. Shots fired. It's fake. It's fake. It's fake. It's fake.
The Akron officer showed up.
Damn, the kid kept saying it's fake, it's fake, it's fake, and the bull still, yo, this officer, we need a casket for this nigga. Like, young boy pled it was fake, and the bull still shot. Yo, they need to lock his ass up in that John.
Up on Britain Road near Ottawa Avenue the evening of April 1st after a 911 call about a guy pointing a gun at homes.
He pulled it out and was like acting like he was going to shoot their houses as he was walking by.
Karen Robinson is the grandmother of 15-year-old Tavion Kuntz Williams, the teen who was shot. Robinson says her grandson is out of the hospital with his mom, but can hardly sleep.
And I'm angry, very angry, that my grandson has to go through this for the rest of his life.
In the video,
I'm gonna pause it here real quick because I want to say something, right? Even though it's messed up, right? It's real up what this officer did. I need y'all parents to really realize, yo, he's 15. He's 15. That talk should have been had with your son. Like, it starts at home, parents. Y'all not realizing it. These kids need y'all. They need y'all guidance. They need y'all protection. They need y'all to stop partying around, to stop getting high. Whatever it is, those parents that are, y'all doing that is not, talking to them the right way. Yo, y'all need to, like, your priorities. Y'all need to get that, your morals. Because they come first. He's 15 years old. He should have known better. Like this, even though it's a toy gun, don't be pointing that at nobody. Don't be going to people's houses pointing a gun because they can call the cops thinking it's a real gun. Listen, these are conversations I have with my own kids. So it kind of baffles me. I'm kind of confused in the head on why a lot of parents don't have these type of conversations with their kids. Because when my son's friends be talking about let's do certain things, my son's like, no, I'm out the crowd. And they, they argue for days like, yo, you just left. No, I'm not doing that shit. No, he know better. He knows better. There's plenty of times where he stood behind and he's had to sit here and end up in fights defending his friends because they've done some crazy shit. No. Facts, facts. Facts, perp. Trouble is, even though the kid said it was fake, the cop doesn't know it. That's a fact. It just shouldn't have happened. That's a fact. Like, yo, I don't know if it's that parents are not into their kids' lives and why this is happening, but yeah, we need more parents to speak to their kids. Shh, 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 shh. My daughter don't got school today. She don't got no school today. I don't know why, but hey, she could sleep in. I could clean real good. Oh, wait, I'm supposed to be changing the screen. Hey, what's up? What's up? Come on, shorty.
Released by the city of Akron, while screaming in pain and with blood running down his wrist, you can hear the teen tell officers he was coming from his cousin's funeral and his granny lives down the street.
I'm a good kid, bro. I get A's in school. I play football.
The teen says over and over the gun is a fake. In a portion of the video edited by the city of Akron, a red circle is used to highlight something that's hard to make out.
He has no understanding. He feels like he did something wrong.
Police are not talking about the...
Ma'am, your son was going around. He's 15 years old with a toy gun, pointing it at different people in the neighborhood. We need to talk to our kids. Yo, we have lost our roots. We really need these old heads back then. They used to be out in the neighborhood and used to pull you by the ear. Yeah, those are the ones we missing, man, because it used to be a village. And guess what? When it was a community, it used to be unity, but there's no more unity in community. It doesn't exist.
The shooting, the attorney for Tavion's family says the teen was shot while unarmed with his hands up, doing everything he possibly could have done to be safe. Robinson's
Blessings, make this go viral. Blessings, how you doing? How's everybody doing today? Damn, I'm over here talking and ramming. How's everybody doing today?
spoke with her grandson, she described as a fun kid.
I believe that he was just being a boy.
We are not naming the officer since he has not been charged or disciplined in the shooting. According to his personnel file, the officer was fired in July 2021 for several policy violations, including for a time when he was extremely drunk while off duty and muzzling a gun at his.
Oh shit. Wait. I gotta go back. What he just say? I missed that whole part right there. Hold
while
on.
off duty and muzzling a gun at his girlfriend, and admitted he did similar things while in Florida. The officer got his job back months later and given his original 71-day suspension.
Oh wow. If they had an officer like this, why in the world would you give him a badge and a gun again? If he has a history of being drunk and violence. No wonder the first thought was just shoot the kid. Fuck it. Even though the kid was bleeding, it's fake. Listen, man, I know there's a lot of shitty officers out here. I know there's a lot of happy trigger officers out here, but I've also gotten the chance and the opportunity to meet a lot of officers out here that have a good heart and care. So it's crazy to see how officers would take it this far. Like, really? Like the kid pled it was fake. You could have taken the chance to see if it was fake. Yo, drop the gun. And I think when the kid got shot, he didn't even have the toy gun in his hand. So that's what makes it even more fucked up. Like if the young boy dropped it, why you shoot him? This makes no fucking sense.
For the violations, Robinson wants to see a charge filed for shooting her grandson.
Why? It wasn't necessary.
Monday.com is the ideal platform for any organization that is looking to make their work.
Like, yeah, situations like this is heartbreaking. Like, we do need to talk to our kids a whole lot more. Parents, listen, man, this is why I'm bringing these videos out here. A lot of people know about this. A lot of people probably seen it, but there's people out here that don't know about these news. So I like to take the opportunity sometimes and bring you the current events. So this is mostly to bring awareness. You know, what y'all do with the videos is up to y'all. I'm just here to bring awareness, give my perspective, give my opinion. The link is also down in the chat for anybody else that wishes to come up and give their perspectives and their opinions and, speak. That's up to y'all. I don't force nobody to come up here. I just dropped that, John. So, a lot of people that live in Philadelphia, right? For the past couple of days, people have been asking, why do we have helicopters and planes? Like I just showed y'all, the first couple of videos I showed y'all was how we're in the middle of WWW3. So this article came out, and this came out on the 7th, right? And it says, and mind y'all, the eclipse was on the 8th, right? They said, here's why you might have seen multiple military helicopters flying in the Philadelphia area this weekend, right? So their excuse is, if you looked up at the sky and saw several U.S. military helicopters flying around the Philadelphia area over the weekend, don't worry. There's a good reason for it. An estimated 70 military helicopters are traveling across the region from Saturday to Monday as part of exercise, according to a Facebook post by the Wilkes-Barre Scranton International Airport, right? Military helicopters flying all over Philadelphia for the past week. But y'all notify people on the 7th. But in reality, people haven't noticed that we've had helicopters flying all over Philadelphia for the past month. Literally, military helicopters. Like, we got them on every checkpoint. We got militaries here in downtown. Like, while we got so many people from the army, from the military up in our city like that. But you know what? People only wake up when they hear it from the local news, I guess. They don't want to hear it from a regular civilian. They don't want to hear it from a whistleblower. They want to just experience it. See, when you get that nuclear bomb shot up into the air, that's when they're going to say, oh my God, people was telling the truth. They wasn't crazy after all. No, man, see, not all of us be on them shrooms like y'all. And I'm not talking about everybody. I'm talking about the people that think that the people that are out here just, giving their opinions about what's going on the current events are just crazy. No, we're not crazy. We're not on them shrooms. We literally like on our right mind. We got that third eye open. That's the problem. That third eye is open and we're just trying to warn y'all. But y'all, so I don't know what in cloud nine somewhere that y'all don't want to pay attention because y'all woke. Y'all definitely woke. But anyways, it says the military helicopters are departing from Rome, New York, in small groups and continuing. Why the heck is this little thing here? Bye. And continuing through AVP airspace until they reach their final destination in the Philadelphia area, the Facebook post said. Philadelphia's Office of Emergency Management posted on Twitter. That's why that X is there. On X, they say basically, but it's Twitter. On X, that the surge of U.S. Army helicopters is related to a military movement of equipment in the Lehigh Valley. Really? It's nuclear. What time the helicopters will take off on Sunday and Monday as times could vary. Wilkes-Barre Scranton International Airport reminds the public that this is only an exercise and there's no need to be concerned. It's only an exercise, guys. Y'all hear? So basically they're saying, don't be concerned. We got the military in your city for no good reason. They're just out there practicing. They're getting ready for whatever. When don't y'all got fields for that? But y'all out here where the civilians is at, right? Oh, my bad. I spoke about this on a live before. There's a project on this. Go search it up. I forgot what it was. So I'm gonna go back on one of my lives, my past lives, and I know I said it on one of my lives. There's a project for this. We're right in the middle of a project. It's like we're just guinea pigs that are being tested on. Can we? Oh, anyways, when I started this, I was supposed to ask anybody, right? See, I know a lot of people got to see that little eclipse stuff, and I'm gonna say a little eclipse because allegedly we're having another one in August, right? So we're having another eclipse on August, another solar eclipse. For those of y'all that don't believe me, go do y'all research. Please go do y'all research. So here in Philadelphia, people got to catch allegedly a little glimpse of, the eclipse, the moon covering the sun. But when I was looking, I was like, it's only clouds covering the sun. That's not a real eclipse. But anyways, I don't know if a lot of people got to see, the eclipse actually happen. Here in Philly, we didn't really. But anyways, did y'all powers activate yet? What superpowers do y'all got? Since I had to ask because I'm like, yo, we ain't experienced shit. And everybody looked up there like they was getting ready to like, I have the power. Like they was Captain Planet or some shit. Like, yo, y'all remember Captain Planet? I can't though. So people was really, really looking up into the skies. I'm like, y'all gonna get blind. Y'all keep looking at the sun like that. I'm good. Try face, red, smiling liver. What is that? Make this go viral. I'm a little lost. Wait, what? He's going to kill someone next, and they're going to say, how could we have prevented this? Dumb dumbs. Perpetual, funny as hell. Nothing to see here. Laugh all out, carry on. Some people were expecting the rapture, right? I remember that. That's what I'm saying. Like, people need to wake up. Like, what is it that we catching amnesia on certain situations? I don't know. Maybe we catching amnesia. Because I remember a lot of shit. I'm sitting here, I'm like, I didn't get hypnotized. I didn't look at it, so I'm not hypnotized. This should be crazy. Okay, so finally, listen, man, I'm moving on to the next topic, right? Finally, I used to work for this company until recently, right? I used to work for Aramark. I think it's the lousiest company to work for. Like, I thought in the beginning it was cool, but after a while working for them, especially this last time, working for them for the schools, yo, it sucks. Like, and plus, they go against every moral that I have. So I don't think in the near future I'll work for Aramark. So I'm finally glad that they're actually doing this. It's been a long time coming. And I don't know how if y'all know what Aramark is. Damn, that's a fact. I'm concerned stupidity is contagious. It probably is. That's why you see them talking about zombie apocalypse. But anyways, right? There's been a long time coming. Aramark workers, Aramark Food Service retail workers at Wells Fargo Center vote to authorize strike if necessary. So now people are waking up. They're finally realizing, their paychecks, the hours they work, and stuff like that. I'm gonna just keep going. The injustice in the work field. Like I've been talking about this for a while. For a while. And people are finally speaking out. I was like, damn, when was somebody gonna finally speak on Aramark? Bam. Finally, people are starting to do it. But will something actually get done? Because these are people's, livelihoods. Like y'all, this is their income. This is how they bring food to the table. Like, come on, man. Like people wake up, wake up. It's time to start fighting for what's rightfully ours.
Workers at the Wells Fargo Center have voted by 92% in favor of authorizing a strike if necessary. Action News reporter Katie Cotro is live from South Philadelphia with details on what this could mean going forward. And Katie, in your report, we hear from them on why they say they need to do this.
That's exactly right, Tam. And these workers say that they are prepared to strike if needed.
If necessary, workers here are standing up for wages that keep pace with inflation.
I have a medical situation that
Blessings, young Riaz. Blessings. How you doing today?
I could not afford to take care of in these last 4 years. And during those 4 years, I've been working here. And even though they say this is part-time, I've been fortunate to work full-time hours through the situation.
With 90.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Listen, I'm gonna be very honest. I had fun. I had fun when I was working at Aramark. I got to see, the Phillies game. I got to watch the Eagles play in person. I got to see the players come in, go out, everything, how they started the games, how they were prepping, how they rehearsed, everything. Listen, that's why I be telling people, look, that sports shit is rigged. I got to see this shit like right there. I worked in them Jones. Like to me, it was fun, yes, right? But the treatment, not just the treatment of certain employees, right? It's the healthcare when it comes to them. Like our healthcare coverage wasn't shit. I wasn't gonna use these shit. I never did. Whenever I got fucked up or sick or anything, no man, screw that. I'm not going to no doctors. But anyways, the good thing about Aramark, I'm not gonna, bash them all the way down. You know what is the good thing about Aramark? Aramark will sit here and help those that, have a disability and give them a chance at, working again. Like you could have an SSI, you could be on SSI for whatever reason, and they'll give you a chance to work. Get yourself on your feet. But the thing is, like, damn, y'all still, y'all still thinking back on like let's overwork these employees. Let's do for what? The health coverage ain't shit. And even though y'all get some good money, y'all still treat y'all employees like seasonal employees instead of employees that come there and work yearly. Treat them as they deserve because they deserve it. That's why I'm saying it's like, damn, by time, because Aramark delivers not just to, the stadiums. They're also the food that, the company that brings the food to the prisons, right? In the schools. Y'all do know that, right? Aramark is a very big company for them to be treating their employees the way they be treating them. These employees could actually get paid more. Y'all know how high the food in the stadiums are? Y'all know how expensive the food are in these private schools that Aramark brings the food to? Like for a cheesesteak, right? A small ass cheesesteak like this, they charge almost like 6 something. When in a corner store, you can go get a nice big fat cheesesteak for $6 with everything in it. Like they overcharge Like they are expensive. Like if y'all thought shit went up now, imagine how everything for one beer, you're probably paying like fucking $15 now. When you can go and get you a whole box of beers on some real shit and just watch the game from the house. I'm saying, I'm like, oh, this is stupid. And people fall for this, for these prices. People fall for it. I'm sitting here when I was working on that. And then the tips. I'm not going to sit here and lie. The tips do make up. Because there are a lot of people out there that do tip. But it doesn't make up for the way they treat their employees. Real shit. So shout out to whoever started this whole idea of the strike and stuff like that. They should have been did this. Y'all people should have been spoke up. That's what I'm saying. See, when y'all get together, shit can actually get done. Because one person speaking up, one person complaining, ain't nothing getting done. But look, everybody, every employee from every arrow mark got together from every stadium and they're talking about strike. They're already at a 92% vote. They get to 100, they striking.
82% of votes saying yes, unionized food service and hospitality workers at the Wells Fargo Center have authorized a strike if it comes down to it. Aramark employees want wage hikes to combat inflation and address health benefit expenses. The union wants pay and benefits to be the same as those at neighboring Lincoln Financial Field and Citizens Bank Park. The vote only gives them the go-ahead to strike should negotiations fall through. Aramark says it intends to keep working toward a settlement, but has a plan in place to ensure services at the Wells Fargo Center are not interrupted. Many workers say they work full-time hours and they want their benefits to reflect that.
I work all three buildings. I should have health care. My hours should be totaled up together.
Yo, she works all three. That means that she works Lincoln Financial, she works the Philly Stadium, and she works Wells Fargo. That is crazy. Like that's what I'm saying. It's time. It's time. People need to start. Yo, we want to make changes. We want to make differences. We gotta make that stand.
And not separated. The wages that we get right now, they're not livable with the prices of our rents going up. We need a fair contract.
They treat us like we're nothing, even though we're the ones who take care of the customers to allow them to make all that money. And I should not have to have the citizens of this state of Pennsylvania subsidize my health care when I work for a multi-billion-dollar company.
Yep, facts.
A spokesperson for Aramark sent us a statement saying, "We respect the right of our employees to demonstrate and look forward to continuing to bargain in good faith to reach an agreement that works for everyone." Reporting live here in South Philadelphia, Katie Castro, Channel 6 Action News. Matt?
Thanks, Katie.
I ain't mad at them. I am not mad, even though listen, I was just working for them. Like I told people, I was working with them again with I was working for the private schools. And I was like everything went against my morals. Everything like I didn't like it. It just so happened that I got into this accident and boom, I'm here. Like I'm saying God does things for a reason because God does things for a reason. And I don't know if it's like that on every city, every state. I mean, like the jobs, the way they get treated, the employees. I mean, we're on this live. Like, y'all more than welcome to speak, talk, give your opinions. Ain't nobody gonna get dragged. Ain't nobody gonna sit here and get judged. That's what we here for. We here to bring awareness. All right, so this is another article that I found, and this is for those of you that are here in Philadelphia. If y'all wish to know, we need to bring awareness and speak on it. I've been doing a little deeper research. This article was dropped Monday, April 8th. It's been happening. This is not the only clinic, so you need to be careful if you're going to any type of mental health clinic. Make sure that you do your research on who owns the place, what it's about, check, if people liked it and much more, because there are a lot of problems happening with these mental health clinics, and not just with the mental health clinics. There's some regular medical clinics that are having also lawsuits too. So apparently United States files lawsuit alleging Medicaid fraud by Philadelphia Mental Health Clinic and its owner. U.S. Attorney Jacqueline C. Romero announced today that the United States filed a civil complaint against Nueva Vida Multicultural, Multilingual, what the hell, Behavioral Health Inc., Nueva Vida, and its owner and principal, Dr. Godrat Piruz Shoelover? Wait, what? Shoelover? I cannot pronounce his name, but I thought it said Shoelover. I had to look it up. Wait a minute. Alleging that they violated the False Claims Act and state common law by billing Medicaid for psychiatric medication management appointments known as med checks and other services that not occur as billed. Let me find now them psychs over there, them damn what you call them, psychiatrists were prescribing Xannies without being able to prescribe. See, it's by the time they come a hold to all these little mental health clinics, all them motherfuckers out here that are grabbing them Xannies to sell them, boom, they coming for y'all. Because now they coming for the doctors. Then they gonna come for y'all. Damn. Billing Medicaid to psychiatric medication management appointments known as med checks and other services that did not occur as billed. In its complaint, the United States alleges that Nueva Vida provided psychiatric and therapy services to economically disadvantaged adults and children at 3 locations in Philadelphia under the Medicaid program. Among the services that Nueva Vida provided were med checks appointments during which a psychiatrist is supposed to assess the efficacy and effects of a prescribed drug, including controlled substance, on patients within the doctor's care. The United States alleges that between at least 2009 and 2017, Nueva Vida, I can't say this man's, I'm just going to call him Shoe Lover. Shoelover, probably, it's probably Shoelover, but I'm going to call him Shoe Lover. Shoe Lover fraudulently billed Medicaid for thousands of med checks as though Shoe Lover had met with each patient for at least 15 minutes, when in reality, Shoe Lover spent well below the required time meeting with patients. Yo, if you know, you know, and that is what's happening. That's why a lot of these people out here are getting away with selling these prescribed meds out here. Hey, listen, I'm against that shit. You want to know why? Because a lot of these folks out here, like my son's grandma, she'll come to Philly to sell her Xannies to these minors. Now you got these minors out here all Xannied up. And guess what? Cops don't do shit because they can't catch her, because they don't see her. You have to have video evidence. How do you do that when somebody, is out there going from place to place? You got to follow and stalk the bitch for that. You see where I'm coming from? That's why I'm so glad they putting their foot down on this shit, because people like that, they need to be behind bars. I don't care who gets mad at me. If you out there doing that shit, that's on you. But y'all out here fucking with our youth minds. It's been happening this been a long time coming. It's been a long time coming. And for them parents out there putting their kids on these psych meds that don't need to be on psych meds just for that goddamn SSI check, good. Hit them doctors, then hit the damn patients that are out here committing fraud too. Because a lot of these moms and a lot of these dads put these kids out here just to get a check. They put them on fucking psychiatric treatment for no reason. While the kids out here that actually do need some psychiatric treatment, they don't want to give it to them. Come on, man, let's make this. Yo, this whole society is twisted. So I'm glad people are actually putting their foot down. Like I said, if we all start standing up and start demanding what we want, we will see the change. But it's too many of us divided. It's not going to happen until we all are united. Unity don't exist no more. It used to. At one point. Why I keep turning off the camera? I'm supposed to switch to thingy. That's crazy though. Okay, therapy services, economically disadvantaged adults. I read that part among. Okay, here we go. Among the services that Nueva Vida provided were med checks appointments during which psychiatrists are supposed to assess The efficiency and effects of a prescribed, I read that, right? Prescribed drug, including controlled substance, on patients within the doctor's care. The United States alleges that between at least 2009 2017, Nueva Vida and Shoe Lover fraudulently billed Medicaid for thousands of med checks as though Shoe Lover had met with each patient for at least 15 minutes, when in reality, Shoe Lover spent well below the required time meeting with patients. The civil complaint reflects our focus on pursuing individuals who defrauded medical, especially when doctors in the Medicaid program should be providing complete and comprehensive mental health services. Facts to vulnerable populations, said U.S. Attorney Romero. Civil enforcement is an important component in safeguarding the integrity of medical and Medicare programs, said Maureen Dixon, special agent in charge of the Philadelphia Regional Office for the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Office of Inspector General today. Today's civil complaint shows our commitment to ensuring Medicaid program dollars are only paid to services that were properly provided to patients. That's a fact. A lot of these patients out here need their services, and people out here misusing and abusing the system. Good. It's time to start hitting them. Too many of our kids out here hung and sprung on these goddamn drugs, and ain't nobody doing shit by time. And I'm hoping, I think, I want to meet this new mayor that we got here in Philadelphia, because they saying she is somebody to be reckoned with. Like, I need to meet her. I want to talk to her. If she is as they say that she is, I really want to meet her. Like, let's talk. I really want to talk to this mayor, and I'm gonna find a way to talk to her. Watch. Watch. I'm really gonna find, because I'm hoping that she really starts, she really does what she says she's gonna do. Because all these past mayors ain't do shit. So I'm starting to see some changes. So she's been in office. I need to meet her, because I'm hoping she does more, because this is a long time coming. Among other things, the United States alleges that the defendants repeatedly billed Medicaid for days during which Shoe Lover allegedly performed more than 84 full-length med checks on the same day, which would amount to at least 21 hours of appointments, according to the United States. The defendants also repeatedly billed Medicaid for services that were never provided because the relevant patients were receiving inpatient treatment in different hospitals. Damn, they really committed fraud. At the alleged time of services, the United States also alleges that Nueva Vida failed to adhere to incorporate formalities and was merely an alter ego for Shoe Lover. As a result, Shoe Lover personally pocketed millions of dollars in compensation through his control over Nueva Vida and defendants' fraudulent billing, with an annual income as much as double the median compensation for child psychiatrists in Philadelphia. The United States civil lawsuit seeks damages for false Medicaid claims submitted by defendants, as well as the imposition of civil penalties. This nigga going down. He going down. The civil complaint details years of audits of Nova Vida by Community Behavioral Health, CBH, the managed care organization that contracts with healthcare providers who provide mental health services for Medicaid receptions in Philadelphia. Over the years, as outlined in the complaint, CBH found repeated errors and significant problems in these audits. In 2017, Nueva Vida was terminated from the Medicaid program. Damn. The matter was investigated by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Office of the Inspector General. The matter is handled by Assisting U.S. Attorney Aaron E. Lindgren and Gregory B. and the then Birkin of the Civil Division and Healthcare Fraud Auditor George Nieswicki. I can't say his name. But anyways, facts. This is a long time coming. I'm glad they doing this. What do y'all think? What are y'all opinions on your comment disappeared? Wait, hold on. Wait, I'm gonna check the chat. 1 second. What are y'all opinions on what's going on with these mental health clinics, right? And what these doctors are doing. when they're committing the fraud. How do y'all feel, when these doctors just prescribe somebody medication, right, without doing med checks or doing a medical evaluation? I mean, a medical checkup on them to see how they doing, like not even drawing blood from them. Like you just constantly every month prescribing these patients um the meds they're asking for, and I guess no questions given. While these people are out here reselling meds that you give them, these narcotics. Good. I'm glad they putting their foot down. But I want to know what's y'all opinion on this. Like, how do y'all feel about this happening and how long it has, like, damn, I think it's been a long time coming. Like, in my opinion, they should have did this years ago. Like, they should hunt down every clinic that's committing this type of fraud and lock up every psychiatrist that's prescribing meds that don't need to be prescribed. In my opinion, they all need to be behind bars. And when they find the patients that are out here committing the same type of fraud, lock their asses up too and throw away the key, yo. Real shit. These doctors are ruining the system. Some of these meds are a band-aid approach to a larger problem. That's a fact. That's a fact. That is a complete fact. That's a fact. Everybody said, "What the fuck?" Yeah, it's crazy. Like this is the shit that's happening right now. Yeah, I'm against medication. I'm not. Yo, listen, man. When I was young, I was being prescribed that shit, and as I got older, I started realizing a lot of shit. All that shit was doing was just numbing me. I wasn't being able to see through anything. And it was crazy is y'all sat here diagnosed me with bipolar depression and all this bullshit. And there was other ways to fight this. Now with the proper diet, the right people around me, I'm able to be a regular person, a normal person. So is depression passed on or is it something that is learned? I mean, I'm just trying to figure this one out because they say depression, it involves, your mood swings. You're happy, you're sad, you're mad, you're angry. You see where I'm coming from? So many things go with depression. Like, but y'all sitting here medicating us. Do we really need to be medicated when we got depression? Mm. I want to thank everybody that's rocking out with a shorty, that continues to rock out with a shorty and is holding on with a shorty, y'all. Like, yo, if y'all can, like, share the video. Let's bring awareness together and let's talk about this. I would love to hear y'all perspectives and y'all opinions. And trust me, y'all perspectives and y'all opinions help a shorty out when she's out here in these meetings because it also gives her ideas on what to talk about, with the community on how to make a difference and changes within our community. So like I really appreciate those that, give their opinions. Let's move on to the next topic. No. I was hoping I had a video for this one, but I'm gonna have to read the article. So bear with me. I appreciate y'all. So this is Philadelphia's new mayor, right? Her name is Cheryl Parker. And she names Michael Resnick a new Philly Prisons Commissioner. Now let's see what's going on. Mayor Cheryl Parker announced the opponent of a new Philadelphia Prisons Commissioner on Monday. Parker named Michael Resnick as her choice to lead the Philadelphia prison system. After conducting a nationwide search and consulting with subject matter experts on corrections and public safety, I believe we have found and appointed exactly who we need to lead our prison system into a new era of safety and stability. Y'all so focused on these prisons. I wonder when people gonna realize. Anyways, Michael Resnick Parker said Michael Resnick brings a wealth of experience in criminal justice and public safety to his new role as the Parker administration's prison commissioner. He cares and he is a manager who respects employees. We have challenges facing our correctional system, as do many other cities across our country. I believe Michael Resnick is the right choice to help us meet those challenges. I hope that you're right, Cheryl Parker. Prior to the appointment, Resnick, 58, spent more than 2 decades working in public safety and criminal justice in both Philadelphia and Maryland. He was the acting Philadelphia Prisons Commissioner in 2016 and was also the Commissioner of Pretrial Detention and Services in Maryland's Department of Public Safety and Correctional Services, a role in which he oversaw jails in Baltimore. Resnick also served as Philadelphia Director of Public Safety from 2011 to 2015, in which he oversaw police, fire, prisons, the Office of Emergency Management, and other public safety entities. Resnick was also the Chief of Staff to the Deputy Mayor for the Public Safety and Chief of Staff and Director of Legal Affairs to the Philadelphia prison system. Okay. So if he didn't do nothing back then, what is he going to do now, Miss Cheryl Parker? Man, I was just liking you. Let's see what else. I'm honored by the opportunity to return to public services in Philadelphia and serve Major Parker in her administration. Resnick said, I am cognizant of the issues facing the department and the challenges that lie ahead. But I think everyone needs to remember that every day brave men and women are hard at work in our jails, performing a difficult job helping to keep our city safe. I look forward to joining them in improving their working conditions and the conditions of incarcerated people in our custody. Okay. So, damn, I hope she does do something and make, but my, hey, stop Bluetoothing me, all right? I'm about to put a video on, all right? Calm down, Bluetooth. I'm gonna give you something so you can hear. Calm down. I hear you say Bluetooth connecting. I hate that, John. All right. Oh, you welcome. You welcome, Platypus. Say thank you. Oh, I'm just gonna call you Perpetual, like always. I don't know why I keep saying your last name. All right, but yeah, I do hope that that her decision does make a difference for real, because we haven't had nothing done. But he's been there before. Why not pick some? See, this is why I'm saying, like, we do have the opportunity to put these people into office, and not just mayors, but we also got the opportunity to put senators, judges, and DAs and all these people into office, but we don't pay that no attention. We was talking about that yesterday on a live. I got to take it off private because when I get off the lives, my phone puts my lives on private. But a lot of us was talking about that, and I asked them that same one question. I said, y'all notice how everybody goes vote for the president when it's time for, when it's election time to vote for the president. But nobody goes out here to vote for the senators, the mayors, the DAs, the judges, none of that. Them buildings be so empty. If you see 5 people the most, that's a lot of people in these buildings voting. So what do you think happens? Oh, my bad, like the major just did it. She appointed the commissioner. Come on, man. Y'all not paying attention. That's why that voting shit never works, because nobody ever fucking votes. Real shit. Give it a shot and see if it really does work. Give it a shot and see if it works. Because how can it work if nobody ever goes? I mean, I'm just trying to figure that out. Nobody even speaks up. They don't say, we want this mayor. We want this senator. Oh, no, we prefer that judge in office. No, I don't hear nobody saying that. I want the president. I want Biden. I want Trump. I want the dog to be the president. That's what I hear y'all say. The president signs that little piece of paper that these people put in. The requests that we demand and all that shit and much more. But guess who it goes through? Guess who got to prove it? Come on, man. It's not President Biden that approves these things out here, the legislators. It's them. Legislators are the ones that approve. And guess what? The cycle keeps repeating because that's the system we need to fight. But you know what? Let me. Oh no, my bad. I ain't zippering shit because I know I'm offending a lot of people and I'm getting a lot of people mad with what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, listen, man, open that third eye up. All right, we're gonna move on to the next topic. This right here is really touching. Like parents, I don't know why a lot of these parents are buying, guns and they're not putting them up. Like regardless of anything, a bullet has no name, and it only takes but so much for a child to pull the trigger. Y'all keep thinking that these kids cannot pull them triggers, and these kids can pull a trigger. So, because of a parent being negligent, this happened. I think this is the one. Let me not put my foot in my mouth. Yep. A 3-year-old girl shoots herself in the eye in a Philadelphia home. So, for y'all parents out there that carry guns, that have guns, stop leaving them guns where these kids could get them. Lock and key and keep the key away from the child because these kids ain't dumb. They're very smart. Stop thinking that these kids are dumb because they little.
Another preventable tragedy involving a child and a firearm. A 3-year-old girl found a loaded gun inside her family home in Philadelphia. The safety was not on and a shot was fired. Now at 10, the need for gun safety awareness after a little girl shot herself in the eye in Germantown. She's now in critical condition at St. Christopher's Hospital. Tonight, one person has been taken into custody for questioning. Action News reporter Leland Pinder joins us live from police headquarters with details tonight. Leland.
Yeah, Walter, one gun safety expert I spoke with today calls this incident so tragic and so upsetting because, like you said, it's actually totally preventable. Philadelphia police are investigating after a 3-year-old girl was shot in the face Saturday afternoon at this home on East Chelton Avenue in Germantown. Sources say the girl found her father's unsecured weapon and shot herself in the right eye. Richard Bona, a local.
Once again, peep how the news reporter said the toddler found the father's unsecured weapon and shot herself in the eye. These kids ain't dumb. They watch enough cartoons, enough movies, enough stuff around them to know that, they put their finger in the middle, they shoot, the bullet comes out. But to them it's a game because they're still little. That don't mean they cannot pull that trigger. Like, that's what y'all not understanding. Yes, the weapon could be heavy. And that's why she ended up shooting herself in the face because she was young, didn't know how to handle a gun. And to top it off, her little hands shouldn't have had that heavy weapon in her hand. She shouldn't have had him there. She shouldn't have found it. That should have been put somewhere where, but you know what? A lot of these parents are irresponsible.
Local firearms expert calls what happened horrific and preventable.
A lot of times people think, well, I'll hide the gun. So it's in a drawer, it's in my sock drawer, and that'll make it safe. Kids will find it.
Perpetual funny,
At
I'm
this
sorry.
time, police have not said where the child found the gun inside the home, but Bona says this serves as a reminder of how important proper firearm storage in the home can be.
Virtually every firearm that you purchase today comes with a gun lock. It's a requirement for a sale of a firearm.
And there are even more options, as most police and sheriff's departments and various community organizations often offer gun locks for free.
There's no reason for us to have unsecured firearms in a house with small children.
Police are still investigating why the gun wasn't secured. The little girl was ultimately airlifted to St. Christopher's Children's Hospital in extremely critical condition. Vona, who's been around firearms for 50 years, works to drive home the message about the gravity of gun ownership, especially in a home with small children.
That is the number one thing. If you choose to own a firearm, it is your responsibility to use it safely, to maintain it safely, and to store it safely.
And in this case today, police say they did take a man into custody for questioning there in Germantown, but as of right now, no charges have been filed. Live outside police headquarters, Leland Pinder for Action News at 10 on PHL 17. Walter?
Okay, Leland, thank you.
Yo, if you're a parent and you're thinking about getting a gun, think twice. Don't get that joint without getting a lock for it, a safe for it, or something. Like, and then even if you get a safe, yo, like if you're gonna have that near you or something, keep it on you, not off you. Like, I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out for those parents that for some reason think they need, we do the chill. It's hard to talk about it because we're in Philly, right? And around here, that's why I got my license. Around here, you need to protect yourself. You have to. Because the way the crime rate ran up, these kids out here robbing everybody, and not just the kids, the adults started this shit. The kids are just, following right along. They're just following right along. Like, that's the crazy part. Like, and it's getting bad. Like, you can't walk out. Like, my corner store is right over there. I got the Chinese store right there. Another Chinese store over here. Across the Chinese store, I got another corner store. Then over here on the other block, there's a whole other Chinese store right here. If I turn the block right here, I have a corner store right here. If I turn the block that way, I have 2 more corner stores. You can't even step out of your house without somebody pulling a gun. Just last summer, my homie, my neighbor, across right next door, she got shot coming out of her house, trying to get into her car to go to work. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, yo, y'all not seeing this shit? Y'all buying these guns, and it's what? Y'all supposed to be protecting yourselves, but it's the kids touching these guns. It's the kids grabbing these guns, and they have no names. They're just out here playing. Why? Because they see y'all do the same shit. And if it's not the parent, it's somebody out there they look up to. Like, and if you're going to have a loaded weapon in the house, have this conversation with your kids and don't keep the gun around them. Guess what? Because the same way, you go through depression and you go through some shit, that's another reason. These kids go through it too. They get ideas. They get thoughts in their heads. And if you're the type of parent that doesn't talk to your kid, you already know what's the next thing that's going to happen. I don't even got to say it. It's too many of our kids dying. Heaven's playground getting full. And no one noticing it. Y'all notice it. But y'all just don't give a fuck. And I'm not talking about everybody. I'm just talking in general. Like, if the shoe fits, wear that bitch. I see a lot of people out here stand up, fighting, speaking on these topics, speaking on situations, getting dragged, and guess what? They still talking because there's not enough tape in the fucking world that'll shut us up. The ones that really do care. There's not enough rope in the world for you to tie us down. Just like Pink said, shout out to her for that song. I love that damn song. It's not enough. It's too much bullshit happening for us to not say nothing. I don't understand the people around here. Like, this right here is a big example. Let me see if y'all can see the screen. Yes, y'all can see the screen. This right here is a big example. Video, vandals wanted for smashing windshields, jumping on cars in Philadelphia. These are y'all kids. These are y'all kids. It's a Central Detective Division in seeking the public's help identifying the individual seen in the following video clips on 3/29/24 at approximately 8:30 p.m. Several people jumped on cars and broke the windshields of cars parked on the 1400 block of Oxford Street. And those are the kids. Look at that. Y'all still want to blame the system? I still want to blame the system. It starts at home. It really does start at home. All right, let me close this. Let me see. We just covered that audio right here. All right, I got one more. Y'all know that I talk a lot about the trafficking, a lot about, DHS, a lot about, you know, foster care. I talk a lot about everything, right? Well, I saw this article and I would love to hear y'all perspectives on this situation. And it's about foster children. This really did touch me. I talk a lot about this stuff. And, I don't really like the foster care system. This lady is about to talk about how a loophole deprives foster children of benefits. There's a reason I don't like foster care, right? Because a lot of these kids that end up in the system end up with real bad families or end up getting trafficked. For those of y'all that don't want to hear the traffic part, guess what? It exists. If the Diddy situation didn't open up your eyes, well, open up your eyes because a lot of people are involved in this trafficking situations. And we don't know who it is. And how can I say it? I mean, there's so many ways I can go about this. We really don't know who the people are until, shit comes knocking at your door. But today we're gonna this lady is talking about the loophole that deprives our foster children from having, their benefits. And I would love to hear what y'all gotta say.
Children in foster care are among our most vulnerable. So how is it that the system supposed to look after their well-being is instead depriving them of an essential benefit? Erin Moriarty has the anatomy of a loophole.
My family was really centered around education and getting A's, getting B's, and everything.
Katrina White remembers just how determined her parents were to see her and all her siblings go to college.
I'm the last of the babies.
That never happened.
Which parent did you lose first?
I lost my father first. I was 9 years old.
Then you lost your mom too.
I lost her in 2013.
After living initially with an older sister, White spent most of the next 7 years in group homes like this throughout Southern California.
When you were younger, did it ever occur to you you'd end up in foster care?
No, I didn't even know what foster care was.
Ian Marks also landed in foster care.
I grew up in New Orleans, Louisiana, and I was in foster care for 8 years.
I'm Anthony Jackson.
Anthony Jackson, known as AJ, spent his teenage years as a ward of the state of Minnesota. Justin Cachetta in Michigan.
I grew up in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, and I was in foster care for about 3 years.
Each of these young people ended up in the care of the state for the worst possible reason, the death of one or both parents.
When I was 15 years old, unfortunately, my father got diagnosed with an aggressive form of cancer.
Ian Mark's story is particularly heartbreaking. His mom and dad were both in the military.
And my dad had killed my mother when I think it was around like 11 or 10 years old. I found her body in my house.
But their shared loss doesn't end there. After being placed in foster care, they discovered that government...
Yo, that's crazy. You see what I'm saying? Like, these kids go through some type of hell, and then they end up in the care system, in the foster system, to go through more hell until they, until they reach the right age to leave the foster care system. But some of them don't even make it out the foster system. Some of them don't even make it, into the foster system. They end up getting trafficked. I spoke on the Allie Carter situation and other cases like that. And this is one of the biggest reasons I'm against this foster care situation, because you never know what can happen to a child once they end up in the system. Some of them are found, some of them are just like gone, and you don't hear about them until years later. Like it's so much to the foster system that I'm against that it's crazy. I could just I could really sit here and write a list. We really need to get our shit together before it's too late.
Benefits that they should have been receiving after the deaths of their parents had instead been claimed by the state.
Social Security benefits.
Death benefits?
Yes.
Social Security and veterans benefits.
And while I was in foster care, I realized that I was supposed to be receiving these benefits. I inquired with my caseworker, and they informed me that they would be taking the checks to reimburse themselves for my care and my siblings' care.
And that's the issue here. In most states, foster kids receive their care for free. The only children who are singled out to pay for their own care are those receiving federal benefits, either because they're disabled or have a deceased parent.
It's not the state's money to take. It's the child's money. It's their property.
Amy Harfeld is the National Policy Director for the Children's Advocacy Institute at the University of San Diego School of Law. She says that children who have lost parents are often the most vulnerable.
We know that these young people have needs, and we know that when the benefits are applied for, there's a good use for them. But right now, they're being used only to benefit the state.
But aren't they taking the money for foster care?
No, they're taking the money really in most cases to put in general state accounts.
Nationally, 3/4 of those in foster care are entitled.
Did y'all hear what she just said? The truth in plain sight, and nobody believes it. You know what's the biggest thing I hate about the foster care system? How parents go into the foster system, right, to become foster parents. And I'm not saying all of them. It's just that so happens that these parents that do it outshine the ones that are good. And you can't really see the good ones out there. That's the crazy part. These parents adopt these kids or take them for a while or become a part of the foster care system to take care of kids, and what they do is just pocket that money, and these kids are still suffering. So they don't just leave a fucked up home, or they don't end up losing a parent and end up in a system and getting good taken care of real good. They go through hell. That's why I fight hard as hell to fucking keep my kids good, keep them healthy, have everything that they need, because there's no way in hell that I'm gonna let anybody take my kids from me, man. You're gonna have to kill me. You're gonna have to fucking kill me because I make sure that I'm a good fucking parent, yo. I don't want to ever see my kids go into the system. Never.
Entitled to benefits, more than 25,000 children are affected by this practice. But Amy Harfeld says most kids have no idea, since agencies often apply for survivor and disability benefits without giving notice to the child or his or her relatives.
For sure, the secrecy is really the most insidious piece of this. A lot of states might stand up and defend this practice. And to them, I would say, if this is all above board, why is it you're doing it behind the kids' backs? Why is it that you're never telling them or their attorneys that you're doing this?
The Social Security Administration estimates that $174 million in benefits a year are at stake, but Harfield believes the number is actually higher. States are required by federal law to report back to the agency how much of these benefits they take each year, but only about a dozen comply.
My mother didn't do all this work in the military just for the state to take this money and, as you can hear, do nothing with it. No changes, no benefits for me.
Ian Marks had it better than most. He was placed with one family, but often older children end up in group homes or bounce from one place to another.
I lived in 4 different homes and attended 4 different schools during high school.
And if it's difficult to thrive in foster care, it's even harder, they say, when you age out.
I aged out at 18 years old. You don't have access to a caseworker anymore, and you're basically on your own. They may check and see if you have a job or if you have a place to stay, but if not, then you may just end up on the side of a street, which has actually happened to a lot of people.
I'm so glad he just said that. And that's why I tell people that you could tell the difference between a real homeless and somebody that's out here that's an addict and doesn't want to get their shit together. There are people that end up in these streets not because they want to be in these streets. A lot of these people that y'all see homeless are coming out of the system, are coming out of jail. They're going through it. They can't get no support. They can't get no help. They can't get no benefits. They have nothing. But you see people out here helping these addicts, which is making it hard for the people that need to help those homeless is out there, like these kids that are coming straight out of foster care and they need somewhere to work. They need somewhere to, stay. That's why, this world is backwards. This world is twisted. And if you go out here and you listen and you pay attention, you open your eyes up and you look, you will see what's really needed and what's not, who you can help and who you can't. But people are so focused on the wrong shit that they fall for the wrong schemes. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong.
It was kind of like over here.
People like Katrina White. When she aged out of foster care at the age of 21 in the fall of 2022, she ended up here living in a tent alongside a busy San Diego freeway.
I would just wake up in the morning before like the street lights are off fully and look around and be like, do I really want to be here?
White lived this way for more than 7 months while working part-time and taking college classes online. Where would you mostly do your classes?
In my tent.
But were you scared?
I was.
I can't think of a single person who would have persevered in her situation.
Sarah Powder, once a foster child herself, is now a project manager for a California nonprofit.
Shit, I can look. Perpetual told her story through the chat while she was chatting with me. I know of another person. Look, she got sons that she take care of. She been through hell, but she gives love. She don't let that shit determine who she is. Look, whole family of her own. Whole family of her own. Yup. But yeah, some people can actually make it, but it's not easy. Like, look what Perpetual says. It is not easy, and that's what I want a lot of people to see. Even though I'm not going to get everybody to see it, and this message isn't for everybody. These videos are probably meant, the stuff that I am saying is probably meant for somebody that comes later on. You see where I'm coming from? I don't know who these messages is for or why I'm saying what I'm saying, who it's for. That's my whole point. But it's for somebody. And as you can see, look, boom. Perpetual is showing y'all that you can do it. But the problem is, right? How do we help those that come out the system and end up in these streets? Whether they're coming out of a foster care, they're coming out, because they've aged from something, or they've been in jail, or they've been I could keep going. Those are the ones that we need to figure out how to help to get on their feet. We need to stop confusing the real homeless with the addicts that are on the streets. These addicts don't want change. These people that are on the streets right here, right now, that, that don't give a fuck, they won't take a plate of food, they just demand money. Those are the ones y'all need to stop giving the money to. What y'all keep giving them money for? If they won't take the food, don't give them no money. That's showing you they want money because they want to get high. They looking for their next high. Whether it is alcohol or drugs. Hey, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but if I'm on point, let a shorty know.
Profit that helps people like Katrina who have no place to live after foster care to find housing.
Every day for her was, where can I go take a shower or use a bathroom so I can manage my hygiene and I can go to school and work and try to blend in.
White was homeless and penniless, says Powder, while welfare agencies have been collecting her survivor benefits for years.
I happened to just piece it together with Katrina because I remembered in one of our earlier conversations that she mentioned both her parents had passed away. This happens behind the backs of young people.
How widespread is this?
We think it's very widespread and that most states are doing it.
It hasn't been easy to end the practice, says Illinois Congressman Danny Davis. He's been pushing since 2016 for Congress to prohibit states from taking federal benefits from foster children.
Let's put it in some kind of reserve, a fund, so that as those individuals age out of the system, they may have a nest egg. How are you?
So far, Congressman Davis has been unable to get any version of the bill to a vote.
It has
Copyright
been
disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for the purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Fair use allows limited use of copyrighted material without permission from the copyright holder for purpose such as criticism, parody, news reporting, research, and scholarships and teaching. Disclaimer: the views and opinions expressed on this video or any video, including the Writers for Life Brings You to Let's Talk About It podcast, do not reflect on the opinions of y'all shorty Racheal and the members of the Writer for Life podcast. Everything we talk about is allegedly and is our opinion. Our videos are not recommended for minors. Everything we talk about and do is meant for educational purposes and also entertainment. Please keep in mind that the majority of our videos are for educational purposes only. This world is crazy. I would say shady. Ironic, right? Nowadays, you can't trust no one. When you do, niggas be having their panties all in a bunch, thinking that they own one. Saying the things that you accomplished in life is theirs and that you owe them one.
challenging. I'll put it that way.
But there is a growing recognition that children need more.
Challenging. I'll put it of the system. They may have a nest egg. How are you?
So far, Congressman Davis has been unable to get any version of the bill to a vote.
It has been challenging. I'll put it that way.
But there is a growing recognition that children need more support when they leave foster care. 7 states have now passed laws to help children keep their federal benefits, although a similar bill in California was vetoed by the governor last year due to a shortfall in the state budget. And there are signs that the federal agency that pays the benefits may do more.
Why should children who happen to be also entitled to Social Security benefits have to pay for the foster care that other kids don't have to pay for?
Well, and that's the question. I don't believe that it's fair. I don't believe it's the right policy outcome.
Martin O'Malley, a former governor of Maryland, became commissioner of the Social Security Administration late last year.
Clearly, there's a desire, a hope that some of these dollars will be conserved for kids that are receiving Social Security benefits. But it doesn't happen very often.
So you're admitting it doesn't happen. Isn't that a violation of your own regulations that this money is supposed to be conserved for these kids?
At this point, it is not. But the question is, should it be?
But any future changes will come too late for AJ and other children aging out of foster care now.
About how much money do you think you would have collected if you had been given those benefits?
A little under $72,000
Over 6 years.
over 6 years.
You didn't see any of that.
Not a dime.
And what about you, Justin? Do you know how much money?
Yeah, over 18,000 was taken.
All 4 have still managed to beat the odds and have gone on to college. Anthony Jackson is working on an art degree. Ian Marks is in law school. Justin Cachetta recently graduated from the University of Michigan. Katrina White is studying social work and now has stable housing.
SDSU has a great.
And Sarah Powder, who was once there herself, Says these are the lucky ones. Why do you feel so strongly about this issue of benefits?
Because the outcomes of the young people who leave foster care are so bad. So until we have created a system that ensures that foster youth get everything that they need and that they make this transition to adulthood successfully, then it does not make sense for us to intercept money that could help them do that.
And that's a fact. Too many of these kids are out here homeless, and people be thinking, oh no, that's an addict, while y'all feeding right here in our own community the addicts. Like, y'all can't tell the difference. They need resources, they need help. That's why I'm so, I'm working hard and I'm pressed on trying to get this community center out because it benefits so much. The ideas that I got need to be out here. I'm trying to help the youth and I'm trying to help those that need it. And what's crazy is, right, when it comes to this type of situations, where the funds at? For the people that actually look, man, we could actually get these people off the streets, get them to start working and start, doing for themselves and start bettering their future. But people don't think like that. But they really don't. And they need resources. They really do need it. And that's why I'm like, yo, this is how we're supposed to do it. That's why I speak and I'm heavy pressed on this stuff because these kids actually need the help and they need the support. Listen, man, I've been through these trenches. I know what it is to be out in these streets. I know what it is to not have a roof over your head. I know what it is to sit here and have the lights shut off, no gas, no water. We've all been through situations like that. Crazy part is that people think that, oh no, my life has been picture perfect. My life has been perfect. No, it hasn't. We've all had ups and downs. We've all had points where we couldn't stay here because we couldn't afford it. We've had to stay in a fucked up house. We've all had situations. I don't deny mine at all. Listen, man, I had so many beautiful houses, had money in and out of my hands. You see where I'm coming from? Had money saved up, ready to start what I wanted to do, right? But I sat here and I chose to help my sibling. I sat here and I chose to help my mom. She passed away, couldn't save him, but I'm sitting here like, damn, everything I had, everything I worked for, I used it on them. And then let's not talk about the people that I've helped. You see where I'm coming from? Like, at the end of the day, we all go through this shit. We just have to find ways around it to pick ourselves up, pick the pieces up, stand up, and keep moving forward and get back up to the, where we need to get, where we want to get to. Because I tell everybody, I'm not where I want to be. Not yet. Not yet. But I'm going to be where I want to get to later on when the time is right. This is not the time. I'm here for a reason. And like I tell everybody, I'm not mad. I grew up in this house. It's not what I'm used to paying, but I'm not paying shit. Now what I gotta do is focus on what I gotta do. I made a promise to my mom. I told her on her deathbed, I said, I promise you that I'm gonna do everything you just asked me. She said, put the deed under your name. Please make sure you put the deed under your name, have the house, fix it. Your siblings ever need anything, they got it. Your kids ever need anything, they got it. Because I know you're gonna do the right thing. And I told her, by any means necessary, I'm gonna put that deed under my name and I'm gonna do exactly what she asked me. It may not be perfect, but I'm working my ass off to do exactly what I gotta do. So at the end of the day, we all start from zero and we gotta work our way the fuck back up. Thing is that sometimes we make mistakes, sometimes we help the wrong people. And the people that we helped won't sit here and take a minute and help us. So that's why sometimes you got to look out for yourself before you look out for others. Hey, things happen, but at the end of the day, we learn. I learn from all my mistakes. Like, shit. I've learned not to get mad for what? Shit happens. You just got to learn how to overcome the situation. All right. On the topic, moving on to the next topic, I got a couple of videos from this channel right here, I want to show y'all, I'm not going to show the whole video, but I'm going to show y'all some portions of these videos and give my perspective on it. I've been wanting to speak on these videos, but I haven't had the chance. I haven't even had the chance to edit the videos. And I would love to hear y'all perspectives. You're welcome, Perpetual. Listen, man, we here to help everybody, yo. And you doing the same thing because I see you, I see you sharing links. Which, by the way, I came up with an idea, and I'm trying to figure out how I can help you with that because I'm trying to see if I share that link that you're sharing onto Facebook to help you with the clothing and the food and stuff like that. Because I know that from Philly we can send food all the way up to Australia. So we're gonna see how we do this. I'm gonna keep sharing the links to my things because I see you trying to do your part too. Like it is. That's what matters. That you put your part, you try to help. But anyways, I wanted to talk about this like 2 weeks ago when it was being talked, but I haven't had the chance. A Texas teacher dragged boy with special needs by his ankles. And I don't get tired of speaking about this. Guys, the petition is on my description box down below. Y'all can hit the link. Y'all can go right onto the moveon.org website and y'all can sign the petition. I am really trying to get these cameras into our schools. Let's try to make a difference. Let's be the voice that our youth needs because there's too many of these situations happening. They're still happening, and nothing's going to be done until we're able to prove what's happening in these schools, what's happening behind these four walls. See how these cameras could show what's happening in the hallway? Well, we need these cameras to show what's happening in these classrooms. The same way we fought to get these cameras into these buses, we need to fight to get these cameras into these classrooms. Now, I went as far as to find out, like, I got the videos posted up on my YouTube. We can do this. I'm trying to figure it out because when they told me that we can do it, the way they told me to do it was to try to get funds, right? To get these cameras into our schools. And then basically, I'm like, if we get the funds, right? My biggest question is if we get the funds together and find a way to get these cameras into the schools, right? So that means that the parents will be in charge of these cameras, right? Regardless of if they have a part to do with the 24th, 25th district. It's something that we came together and did. They're telling us that we can do it, but there's people out here saying, no, it's not possible. But I'm telling you that if there's a will, there's a way so that we could try to avoid these type of situations. These type of situations. And trust me, there are worser. It's just that a lot of videos I cannot show here on YouTube.
Texas teacher would be doing this, dragging a boy with special needs or any child. But a boy with special needs by his ankle. That's just
And I'm not surprised because if you've been following me for a while, how many videos have I shown y'all with teachers dragging students down the hallway with special needs? Listen, I have a message out for these teachers, yo. But I know they're not going to hear it and they're not going to give a fuck. But parents, if we come together and tell these teachers, yo, if you don't like this type of field, stay away from it. If you don't have patience for kids, stay away from them. But see, these predators don't want to hear. So what can we do as parents? Because this is not just happening here in the United States, it's happening everywhere, nationwide. What is the solution? What do y'all think is the solution to help our kids when it comes to this? What can we do as parents? Are we going to sit down and keep watching the video surface up and us not do nothing? How many of y'all parents are willing to stand up? Because that's what we need. More parents at the school districts standing up. It's going to get to the point where we're going to have to riot. I mean, not riot. I was going to say boycott. That's the other word. Protest. There you go. Shit. Protest. Because, goddamn, I'll go straight to boycotting. But see, a lot of parents don't want to do that. They talking about, I can't go without working. I can't do this. Or I can't do certain. Listen, we have to figure something out. We need more parents to bring more solutions to the table so that we could pick the best solution. We need more parents to stand up and go against the school system, the school districts. We need more of them. Listen, man, 20 parents at a school meeting. I mean, yeah, I'm saying it right because there's the parent conference. Okay, 20 parents at these little school meetings ain't enough. Out of all these students that go to these schools, you telling me that maybe 20 to 30 parents pop up? I should be seeing 200 to 300 parents in these meetings at least. But I'm not. Correct me if I'm wrong. I know y'all don't want to hear this shit. I know y'all don't want to hear it, but it needs to be talked about because these are the current events.
Go through this together. Amber Hall, who used to work at Tips Elementary School in Houston, was charged with injury to a child for dragging the 5-year-old down a hallway by his ankles. KPR.
Now y'all see why I made a lot of ruckus. Y'all see why I made a lot of noise when that teacher dragged my child out the school gym and into the hallway instead of her doing what she had to do and getting him his STS, which the lady would have calmed him down because he was being messed with. He asked for help and you ignored him, but you got the nerve to put your hands on my child. Bitch, I'll be wrong if I smack the shit out you, but the pimp way. See, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say it like that, but it's getting me like, yo, I'm really trying to figure out what is going on with the parents. Get up. We need y'all to get up, get out of work, get out the hospital, get off your bed, shake off that high. Listen, man, you drink liquor in the morning. That's what it is. You need a shot of tequila. Put that tequila into your coffee. Smell the aroma of the coffee. Wake up, but get up and go and fight the school districts. Go fight them. We should be seeing the school districts surrounded with parents. That's what I'm not seeing. Either we protest or we boycott because that's the only way we're going to make a difference and a change. Nobody's listening. And so then we're going to keep seeing this. Until we don't see a teacher kill a student, we're not going to see parents do nothing because that's the next step. And y'all not seeing it.
RCTV reported she entered her guilty plea last August. I wish you would treat my kid this way.
Oh, shit.
You better hope I don't find out.
You
are damaging young minds' hearts. Incident happened in September 2022. It was captured on surveillance video. Footage shared by the outlet shows the teacher holding the boy by the leg, lugging him down blue carpet and tiled floors. The child was initially in the gym with other students when he became frustrated and left after he chose not to play in the ongoing activity. Shouldn't even be working with special needs kids. Who trained you? These sound like
she was trained by a savage. You know what is the problem? She had Lilith in her soul. Her spirit is Lilith. That's what it is. She's Lilith in disguise. Y'all don't see it. The woman face that she has on is nothing but just a disguise. We think she's a regular woman, but deep down inside, she is nothing but Lilith.
Manageable behaviors. This sounds like part of training. It frankly sounds like any kid. Actually, it sounds like any kid. And you shouldn't be doing this. Court documents said Hall found the boy on the floor having a tantrum, specifically kicking and screaming, before she started dragging him, according to the report. She took him all the way to the life skills classroom to another teacher. Child was examined by the school nurse. Later, by staff at a local hospital, it was determined that he had carpet burns that were tender to the touch. Plead guilty. Child's mother, Nicole Graves, a teacher at Tips Elementary, didn't see her son's injuries until they got home after she picked him up from school. The outlet reported. Days later, Hall explained to police that she was not adequately trained to handle the situation and was searching for a colleague to help her. Well, I didn't hear that the boy.
Is the video echoing? No, it's not echoing. Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
It was kicking anybody else. Go get the colleague first instead of causing injury. That's what you do. And how brazen. Mom's right in the building, but you don't care, do you? That shows what your heart is doing. Shows what's inside of you.
That's a fact. That shows what her heart is doing. This teacher is evil. And there are a lot of evil teachers out here. What I cannot comprehend is why do these teachers come out here to teach in the, in this field if they cannot handle the atmosphere? They cannot, how can I say it? They can't deal the way the kids are. They can't deal with the yelling, the screaming, the fussing. This is not your field. Because I've actually seen teachers de-escalate situations. So you know what the problem is? Was this an older teacher? I gotta hold on. Let me see before I put my foot in my mouth. But I do notice that there's a lot of real young teachers, real young. I've noticed that a lot of the staffs that they're hiring right now to deal with the kids too are young. And I'm not talking about STS or wraparound services or none of that. I'm talking about like the staff that they have watching these kids in the schoolyard. They are young. They're just coming straight out of high school. Y'all not even training them, I think. That's the problem. They're not trained. They're still savages.
You wanted to hurt this child. That's my
Yes, she did.
take.
With millions watching and many people benefiting from this program called Indisputable, we just need 1% of the viewers to become a paid member so we can continue to bring this content to you. Now back to the show.
Mother's interactions with other school staff. So let's make matters worse, shall we? During her tenure at Tips Elementary, she was warned not to intervene in situations involving her son. That won't tell me. Who notably has had several tantrums and had to be restrained dozens of times after being dragged by Hall. You think? However, Graves found herself in an incident with her son, school staff, and the principal in May 2023. While the child was being restrained, she reportedly tried to get him, but the principal wouldn't allow it. Y'all are daft. Look it up. Y'all are daft.
Look the word
at this school. Principal.
Look the word up. Look the word up. There's a reason she's saying it like that. Look the word up. That's what a lot of people are.
The dragger, and anybody else who is acting this goofy. She's accused of getting physical with the principal and making threats, saying, "We can fight." Considering what was done, it's not that bad. She denied the claims and said she didn't touch any of her colleagues. Months later, she was let go following an investigation. Yeah, who conducted that? She had to transfer her children to another school as well. In a statement to KPRC-TV, the district said Graves resigned from her position, but she showed a letter to the news station that said she was fired. Sound like only one person telling the truth here. Although upset, Graves said Hall was placed in a classroom and unequipped with proper training to handle students like her son. To be honest, as angry as I am about what happened to my son, I feel sorry for her too, because she was not trained. She didn't know how to handle students in my son's shoes. August 2nd, Hall pled guilty to injury to a child, a third-degree felony, waived the right of a trial by jury. Prosecutor will recommend her punishment. Not sure I even trust that. Okay.
I don't, because these judges will go on the teacher's favor before they go on the kid's favor. That's why I'm saying that, these judges that are getting elected, the cycle keeps getting repeated. They pick the judges. These judges that they elect ain't shit.
A senator, I've just been around a little bit, and so maybe I'm not being fair. But I believe the mother, and I guess the perp, at least I have not been trained, but she led with anger, and that's my problem.
Yeah.
It's like, we're only human. I try not to yell at my child because that's about anger, not correction. Certainly not cause injury like this. What's your take?
Anger and frustration, mainly. Frustration can lead to anger. But I gotta tell you, Sharon, so I'm gonna put my commentator's hat on and then put my mama's hat on. So the commentator in me says frustration led to anger.
Yeah.
The school district is culpable because you should not have any teacher or any paraprofessional or anybody engaging with special needs children, because all children have special needs, but they should not be engaging with special needs children without having that type of training. And then training or no training. What you do know is that you don't drag a child down the damn hallway. You don't need no training for that. Okay, so that's my commentator hat. The school district is culpable. Now, let me put on my mama hat. I wish a mofo would.
There it is.
My grandmother had a saying, you mess with mine, I'm going to jail and you going to hell. And
Thank you. Yes. That's why I tell people, man, fuck that. Call me Griselda Blanco. I'm rocking that orange suit
Because for my kids, boy, all hell is breaking loose.
Let me tell you something. You put your hands on any child of mine, and it's gonna be all carnal. You know, I had one of my mentors.
That's a fact, yo, because I'm building caskets up in this joint, yo. I'm burying a bitch tonight. You lay your hands on my fucking kid like that, yo. I'm telling you, I fought hard as hell for my son. And I proved that shit to the fucking world. There's nobody gonna sit here and fucking step on my son, misuse and abuse my son, and tell him he cannot fight back. Hells no. What type of time you living in? Like, this bitch went and bumped her head a little too hard, living in some type of fantasy land that thinks that mamas out here don't exist for real. This a mama bear that would sit here and fucking put on her Superman cape and fight for her child. By any means necessary, on some Malcolm X type of shit, yo. Like, one thing is correcting my child, but now you putting hands, you putting paws on my child. Now I could turn into a lioness and tear your ass apart. Like, I'm sorry, I don't mean to get like that, but I'm getting tired of that shit. Like, it's not a village no more. There's no more unity and community. People out here so fake, hypocrites. They can't sit here and look at the mirror and look like, damn, my life is fucked up, but I'm sitting here judging another life, another person, putting paws on another parent's child, not realizing that that shit can get my snot box rocked off my motherfucking face like Hassan Campbell tells people. Fuck that nigga. But anyways, y'all get my point. Real parents out here will kill for their kids, and y'all not seeing that shit. Those are the parents that I be seeing on these community meetings. Now, where the hell are all these other parents at? Where? Because there's only a few of us. Oh, my bad. I keep forgetting. It starts from home. Same thing the kids are doing, they doing. Oh, let me take a step back. My bad. It's not to offend anybody, and I'm just speaking in general. If the shoe fits, wear that John.
Councilwoman Fannie M. Lewis, Sharon, who I know you know very well. She used to always say, you know, Jesus loves you, and I'm trying to like you. It would have took everything. Black Jesus.
Blessings, EJ. Blessings. How you doing? How you doing today? What do you think about, the schools putting, the school teachers, the school staff putting paws on a child as yours for no reason whatsoever, especially a special needs kid?
Wouldn't have been able to keep me off this chick, and I would have went to jail happily.
That's
and I
right.
ain't never been to jail a day in my life.
Nah,
but you don't
that
put
day
your
you would have gone.
hands
That's right.
on my child
That's
and
right.
drag this child down the hallway. The chick knew exactly what she was. You don't need no training for that. So let me back it on up though, Sharon. Let me go back to the commentator. I'm just saying that's what Mama
got me
Nina.
hyped.
That Mama Nina would have done all that.
Yeah.
But commentator, Senator Nina.
Yo, I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I fucks with that senator. I fucks with that senator. She said, let me bring mama mode out real quick. Like, that's the mama in me, and that's a fact. Any real mama would have said what she just said. Like, real shit. She said, let me bring the mama out of me. Facts. Let me bring the mama out of me. And then she's like, let me go back to commentator. You gotta rocks with her, yo. Real shit. I fucks with her for that, yo. But we need to start, doing something. For me, I think I need to start seeing more parents into these meetings and much more, because, like, I'm leading by example. But I hear so many people say, go ahead and take that risk, but where are all the other leaders at? Because my word alone ain't enough. I'm fighting the system. Where all the other leaders at? Because my word alone ain't enough. We need more moms, more dads, more grandmamas, more aunties, more uncles, more granddaddies out here. The ones that really do care. But maybe I'm wrong.
Now, this is something
If
that I
you've
would
been
love
waiting
to
to
get the
apply for
opinion
disability
of a lot of
benefits,
you.
don't.
And I'm gonna move on
Hi,
to the next
I'm
topic,
Sarah,
y'all.
and I'm a lawyer at Atticus.
Move on to the
Applying
next
as
topic.
soon as you're struggling to
Try to
work
get, you know,
or are
bitches to
unable
speak
to work
clearly.
because of your condition
Leave
can
your
help make
comments
for a
down
stronger
below. Leave your
case.
comments in
If
the
you're considering applying for disability
you know,
benefits, we
live.
can
I
help.
will support it.
Across the board.
But I would love to hear, you know, more solutions that I could actually take to these meetings when I do speak to like the senators, the mayors, and all that. I would love to hear more solutions, more opinions other than just mine, because I do take them into consideration. I do read them and I do speak on them. So I would love to hear more. Now, I would love to hear y'all opinions and perspectives on this. This topic is murder convictions of 3 PA men overturned after 25 years. Now, I'm reacting to these with y'all. I put them to the side. I didn't get a chance to do my live yesterday, so I'm doing it today.
Hell of a thing. Once again, 3 black males convicted, 25 years, convicted of murder. They never did it. Overturned. Put up the picture full mass. What did it take this time? Pennsylvania. After over 3 decades of injustice, a judge has now overturned the convictions of 3 falsely imprisoned men. Derek Chappell and first cousins Morton Johnson and Sam Gracey were convicted as teenagers in 1997 for the alleged murder of a 70-year-old woman, despite none of their DNA matching evidence found at the scene. The 3 defendants, all local children.
All right, EJ funny as hell. Yo, he said, "Hold up, wait, I just saw that John pop up on my phone. How about if a teacher hit a child, the parent requests for a fair one on that with the teacher? I wish it was like that, yo. That judge will put you up right with your child. Y'all both be locked up in handcuffs, right? I wish it was like that. Shit, I had to take it the legal way. I wanted that teacher, but I couldn't have that teacher in my hands, so I had to go the legal route. Real shit." Like, I wish it was like that, yo, because I wanted that teacher in my hands.
Of the victim's neighborhood were accused of badly beating and then sexually assaulting the woman. Police report states the woman, Henrietta Nickens' home was ransacked, her underwear removed, and there was bodily fluid, blood, etc., on the walls and bedding. In a statement from Gracie's lawyer, quote, "This case never should have been prosecuted. These guys never should have been charged. The evidence always was that they were innocent," end quote. The Delaware County District Attorney, Jack Stahlsteimer, previously put.
Now, I would love to hear a man speak on this topic right here. Reason why, because I say this a lot. Back in the 90s, there were a lot of men that were charged for a lot of crimes, and they were innocent. They had proof that they were innocent, but still charged. And it's still happening. A lot of people are being released from prison being innocent, cases being overturned, and stuff like that. Now, it so happens to be just a lot of men. A lot of men. And I would love to hear a man actually do a whole topic on this, because what I'm saying is because there's a lot of men being wrongfully convicted, going to jail, coming home and having to start over from scratch, and they spent all that time there for nothing. Some of them get how can I say, recompensated, like, you know, they'll get rewarded by the state, but others won't. Others end up in the streets looking like they homeless, and they trying to get on their feet and they can't. They have no resources, no help, no support. Just like I was telling y'all when we was watching the video in the clip about, you know, the kids that end up in the foster system, how when they become of age, a lot of them don't got a place to go. A lot of them get kicked out of their houses. A lot of these kids get adopted because the parents, the people that are adopting them or taking them under their wing, they just want that income. Yo, you know how much money you get for taking a kid under your wing on foster care? You get paid a lot here in Philly. I don't know how it is over there, but for one child, you can get up to fucking 1,200 to 1,500 a month. 1,500 plus. You get health insurance, you get food stamps, and you get everything for them. That's why I'm sitting here. I'm like, these kids should have all the benefits they need. When they get, of age, they should be, already trying to have an apartment or something. But no, because they end up with a lot of parents that don't give a fuck. They just want that income. So a lot of them they end up in these streets the same way that a lot of these people that have been wrongfully convicted end up in these streets. No support, no help, no nothing. Crazy is, like I said, it baffles me how y'all sit here and help the addicts and can't tell the difference between a real homeless and an addict. That's why there's too many excuses being said nowadays. Too many goddamn excuses. But people don't want to recognize that. They don't want to realize it. Oh shit, let me check the chat real quick. Let me check the chat while he talks.
Push back, saying none of the evidence found at the home would likely reverse the outcome of the verdict. According to the district attorney, last July, quote, just because there is an absence of DNA of a defendant at a crime scene doesn't mean they are innocent. I think people who watch too much CSI or TV don't quite understand that people can commit vile acts and not leave DNA at the scene, sir.
That's a fact.
We're talking about children and a horrifically violent crime. For children to commit this kind of violence and create this level of carnage and not leave as much as a skin sample, saliva, get a cut. You say they sexually assaulted. Where's the semen? These are children. There's more. Castellero, the attorney, also called for the prosecution's various theories of the case, called the preposterous, saying, quote, to explain the lack of a DNA match. He said they argued that the victim perhaps, get this now, perhaps had consensual sex before the slaying. Or that the three defendants brought a used condom to the scene. We're talking about children, okay? He said, yet Nickens was chronically ill and had no known male partners. He continued, quote, they just ran this absurd story and got jurors to buy it, the lawyer said. So they come up with all these ridiculous theories to say, well, the reason why there's no DNA is because possibly they did A, B, and C. And you have to fault the judge here for allowing such a ridiculous proposition to even be made.
And that's a fact. Like, yo, I know I'm not tripping. I know I'm seeing this shit right. I know I'm listening right? How is it that these judges are making these decisions? Why are these judges still there making decisions? Why aren't people fighting against this? Y'all want it handed to y'all without realizing we have to get up, speak up, and fight and demand for what we want and need. Maybe I'm wrong. A shorty a little, I don't know. I need to roll up. Yep, that's what it is. Early in the morning. Perpetual fight. I love Perpetual, yo. Yo, she is funny as hell.
It does not fit the realm of possibility, let alone probability. All three men, now in their early 40s, All three filed pro se petitions in federal court over the years saying they were wrongly convicted, always denied. They continued to file. Finally, they got their day. Their conviction has been.
That is the messed up part. Look how long it took them to overlook that conviction. Like, they spent 25 years in jail being innocent. Then they come home to get nothing. And they had to keep trying, Innocent men in jail while the guilty ones are out here committing the crimes. Let's make it make sense. What is we doing? What is we thinking about? Like, this shit is crazy. Hey, people worrying about the wrong shit. Like right now, they worrying about Diddy. All right, I want to show y'all these last two videos, and then I'm gonna go on to Papa Duck real quick, and I'm gonna end these lives. Where is it? Here we go.
We've got great news for seniors. The Social Security Administration has
Pastor charged with preying on minor he was guardian of. Further root, local reports, sexual abuse scandal has rocked the town of Tell City, Indiana. After 48-year.
Now I want y'all to I want to remind y'all. Well, I want y'all to know this is a pastor they talking about. A pastor being charged with preying on minors. He was guardian.
Old. Former Community Christian Church pastor Errol Wright was arrested earlier this month for alleged sexual misconduct with a minor and child seduction. That's per News 14. Wright is accused of sexually abusing a child who says he served as her legal guardian while she was a teenager. Wright was released on a nearly $48,000 bond, scheduled to be back in court April 3rd. That is not enough money.
With millions watching and many people benefiting from this program called Indisputable, we just need 1% of the viewers to become a paid member so we can continue to bring this content to you. Now back to the show.
Her sister told News 14 that she encouraged her to come forward. Thank you. But that it was difficult to admit what was happening to her. All this time, she didn't want to admit that it was happening, and it was bad. The sister told News 14 she was ashamed. She thought if she admitted the bad parts, that it would define her, the root. That's what abusers do. That's what they do.
That's true. I keep telling you, look, man, I'm a survivor. And when the things that happened to me happened, listen, man, to this day, I eased off a little bit. I could say now I eased off. But ever since all that happened to me when I was little, y'all know that as a survivor, right? I don't see myself as a victim because I've overcame my situation. I still take 3 to 4 showers. I've slowed it down. Like at times I only take maybe 1 or 2 showers a day, but I had to slow down because I was taking 4, 5, 6 showers a day. And it was because for a while I kept feeling dirty. That feeling never really goes away. It really doesn't, whether we overcome the situation or not. It kind of makes you like it fucks with your head. So I could understand, why she says what she says because it makes you feel ashamed of yourself. It makes you feel like you're missing something. See, when these predators do what they do to the victims, they don't understand that they took a piece from them. They took something out of them. Whatever it is, everybody that ends up, like they feel like they missing something or like they that nobody understands. I mean, I could just keep going deep down with it. But I could understand where the girl is coming from and why she said that. Like she said, she thought if she admitted the bad parts that it would define her. And for a while, that's how it feels. you admitting to what happened to you, it would define who you are. Like people will look at you a certain way or they would think of you a certain way. And in reality, it's not like that. These predators do not understand the harm. They cannot even come nowhere near to comprehend the damage they do to a child when they do the things they do to them.
The Community Christian Church issued a statement to News 14. We have felt the same shock and hurt as the community concerning the recent incident involving our previous pastor. We neglected to release a statement until now because his family is heavily involved in the church, and we wish to give them time to process. We take accusations of this nature very seriously, and thus Errol Wright is no longer employed by the church and will have no further active involvement as pastor.
It's the crazy part. It's supposed to be a pastor my whole life. Oh, they're gracious people. They're the men of God. But now, no. Do y'all see how many pastors are going down for molestation, grooming, raping? I could just keep going. Not just pastors, priests, popes. I mean, I could just keep going. I said popes because, but y'all get my point when I say that. Like, it's a lot of them going down. And y'all still want to say they're the men of God, gracious people?
Or otherwise. It continued. We also wish to clear up a
And by the way, I want to say not all pastors are bad. So let me put that out there. There are some pastors out there that really devote themselves to, giving the word. They got their wife, kids turn out to be okay. So it's not every pastor, but it's a lot of them out there. Too many. And it outshines the good ones.
misunderstanding that has spread in our silence. None of the church's money went to supporting Errol or paying his bail. All the money given to him was from individuals who gave of their own volition. This is a difficult time for our community. We ask that everyone continue to pray for all those involved and for God's will to be done in all of us. And if he did it, hold him accountable. That's what God is telling me. I heard God whisper that just now. Hold him accountable.
Yep.
This is another story of desperation when a young mind is manipulated, twisted, and then molested physically.
This man sat here and groomed this little girl, then committed the act. He's a groomer. And there's a lot of men out here that are like that. And vice versa. For those of y'all that can't believe it, won't believe it, or can't seem to believe it, however way you want to put it, women do it too. Women out here, they groom, they grape, they molest, they do it all. They sodomize, they do it all. And the women that do it, the women that are capable of doing it, are way worse than the men.
It doesn't go away, this manipulation, when someone reaches the age of majority or close. You're programmed to think that you're wrong, you're bad, you're dirty, instead of where the focus should be, Senator.
Yeah, I sigh deeply, want to curse deeply too, but I'll keep it PG.
Yeah.
Glad the church is taking action. Sexually molesting a minor should not happen anywhere in this country, in the world. We know it happens all the time, and it's beyond unfortunate. And this man, justice needs to meet him swiftly for what he has done.
And I don't get it, right? Because what confuses me, right? I thought the pastors can't get married. There's no need for them to sit here and molest these little kids like that. Compared to the priests, which I think they should change that. They should let these priests get married. But I think back then, if I'm not mistaken, I could have sworn, I know I did my research. Well, I think that if they are married and they become priests, they're allowed to be priests, something like that, but they have to go in married. I don't know how it works. I can't remember, but I know I did my research a little while back. So they just need to change all that completely because these men are tempted and they end up molesting these little boys, these little girls way more. I know people don't want to hear about this. People run when people talk about these topics, but they're actually happening. Like, yo, the world is not coming to an end. mankind is coming to an end. Because it's the people committing these acts.
Oh my God.
Get in the car! And this time it's not a pastor, but another daycare worker.
Ain't credit either. Please, daycare owner. Please guilty on preying on a minor. Yep. That's you. You did it. Been adjudicated. You did this. You don't get any credit either. Pleading guilty. You did this. 34-year-old Sefredo Castillo Martinez, a New York daycare operator, pleaded guilty last Thursday to sexually abusing an 11-year-old boy in his care. Department of Justice said in a press statement, Castillo Martinez possessed almost 10,000 images of child sexual abuse material.
Yo, I be telling people, yo, stop. Be careful with these daycares, yo, man. Look, it's sad to say it because a lot of moms that don't have, the dads involved in their kids' lives have no choice but to leave their kid in daycare for them to go to work. The same goes for a lot of dads, right? But it's like, damn, how can we help these? That's right there got me like, I'm stuck on that one. Like, how can we help the parents that are single, right? That need to work, that need to make that money. But look what's happening with the daycares. How do you change that? Right? I'm going to always keep asking that question. How do you change that? Because I feel as though they don't do deep backgrounds. The same thing goes with the schools. So I'm going to put these two together. Daycares and schools, I feel like they don't do deep backgrounds into the teachers. Because, yo, what's crazy for me to work in a cafeteria, they did the whole child abuse background and everything, right? But then I sat here and I'm like, yo, a lot of these people are not known yet. They're not in no registries. They're not, they're not put on paper because they haven't been caught yet. This would be the first time they get caught. So obviously, boom. So how do you prevent like that's crazy? Should it that when it goes into the background, should they do a mental background check? You see where I'm coming from? Should they check if they've been in prison for, whatever? I don't know. Because how do you prevent from hiring a teacher that could commit this type of act? That's the crazy part. See, I would love to hear, other people's ideas and perspectives because there's got to be a way. Like, there's too many red flags to not know it, but these people still get hired. How can you find a predator before it starts preying?
You are looking at evil, the face of evil. U.S. Attorney Damian Williams of the Southern District of New York said, quote, Sefredo Castillo Martinez exploited the trust placed in him as a daycare provider by sexually abusing one of the minor children under his care and by forcing that child to perform sex acts on him.
Bitch ass nigga.
Castillo Martinez had nearly 10,000 images depicting child porn in his possession, all the while caring for children on a daily basis. Castillo Martinez's conduct is reprehensible. He now faces more than a decade in prison for his crimes. Why so little?
Yes.
Hey, by the way, guys, if y'all go to my TikTok shop, the link is in the description box down below, right? Y'all will find the hoodies and the t-shirts. Hashtag, let's put all predators away. We building caskets in this bitch.
You have destroyed, dismantled a life that should have at least had more years of trust and innocence. Why so little? Nearly a decade. We're still not valuing children enough, but it is what it is.
With millions watching and many people benefiting from this program called Indisputable, we just need 1% of the viewers to become a paid member so we can continue to bring this content to you. Now back to the show.
It is what it is. According to court documents, Google gave the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children a tip on April 25th, 2022, that a user had uploaded what appeared to be child sexual abuse material. Authorities used the Google account to track down the defendant at his home on Decatur Avenue in New York City, the borough of the Bronx.
Wait a minute. So did he take images from the kids in the daycare and uploaded them online? Hold up. According to court documents, Google gave the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children a tip on April 25th, 2022 that a user had uploaded what appeared to be a child sexual abuse, but y'all just finding him now? Damn. Authorities used the Google account to track down the defendant at his home on Decatur Avenue in New York City, borough of the Bronx. From there, he ran a daycare. Wow. Oh, wow. Licensed to care for children aged 6 weeks to 12 years old. But this nigga was fucking being looked for. How in the world did they give him a license to run a daycare? I'm kind of really confused on this right here. Like, did the state fuck up? The government fuck up? Like, whoa, hold up. They was looking for him already since April 25th, 2022. We're in 2024, and they just found him in New York City borough on the Bronx, and they found out that he was running a daycare licensed to care for children aged 6 weeks and old. Oh, wow. Yo, what the? Yo. What is y'all opinion? I want to hear what y'all got to say. I would love to hear y'all opinions on this shit. Sorry, I said it like that. Excuse my French.
There, he ran a daycare licensed to care for children aged 6 weeks to 12 years old. Law and Crime with the details. When investigators executed a search warrant at his home, they seized electronic devices that contained.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna go watch Law and Crime now. They got it right here on YouTube. She said Law and Crime with the details. So I'm definitely gonna go over to Law and Crime later on, and I'm gonna watch the video and I'm gonna react to it and upload it. This is crazy. Yo, watch these daycares, guys. If y'all notice like certain shit, y'all see red flags, start doing your own research. Trust me, y'all will learn a lot, and y'all will also learn how to fight them right back.
Contained about 9,800 images of child sexual abuse material, in addition to images and video depicting the 11-year-old's abuse. Investigators determined that the abuse happened in Castillo Martinez's bedroom.
My God.
Can you imagine being dropped off to this place? Can you imagine? And speaking to authorities post Miranda, the defendant admitted uploading the abuse material to his Google Drive account. Documents stated Castillo Martinez faces a minimum of 15 years in prison, a maximum of 30 in his sentencing to take place June 25th.
They need to give him 30 to life, but see, prison is a reward for these predators. I keep saying it. Castration don't work for neither woman or male. So what they need to do is give them the sentence. If y'all could put a dog down for biting a kid or biting anybody, y'all should put them dogs down. Because they're the biggest dogs in the world. They worse than an actual dog. They need to be put down like a goddamn dog. Did y'all hear? Yo, how many files he uploaded online? Not just that, he actually had the little kid. Yo, if my child came home telling me this shit, this man won't even make it to jail. Call me Griselda. Yo, I keep saying that shit for a reason, man.
I am horrified as a single mother. I, for a very long time, wouldn't let anyone other than my mother and father watch my gift.
I don't let nobody watch my kids. And the first time I tried the daycare here in Philadelphia, the first time my daughter said, "Oh, Mom, you know the lady was throwing chairs and she was mad because this little kid wouldn't stop crying," I took my daughter out and I made a complaint. I don't give a fuck. How is it that you sitting here taking care of these kids, but you catching a temper tantrum because what? This little kid can't calm down? Then you don't belong here. And I'm pulling my child the hell out. I don't give a fuck. Fuck wrong with y'all? And that parent's child that she was throwing chairs at around and everything should have been in that daycare fighting and arguing, but she wasn't. She wasn't. That's the crazy part. So it also lands on the parents. That's why I'm sitting here. I'm like, yo, I can give my opinion about the system, but we're the only ones that can make a change in it. So unless we unite, all I could do is just give my opinion and my perspectives because we all need to come together to make these changes. It ain't gonna happen. We're doing exactly what they said we was gonna do. So, hey.
My child. that's not always available or practical for people. And I feel for parents who perhaps notice a change in behavior, busy, earning meager wages, trying to keep it together, trying to give their kids a better life, taken advantage of too, and guilt-ridden now over something that they didn't know about, perhaps didn't even suspect. I don't know how to make sense of this, Senator, but I want to splash this
I
filthy
want to hear what this senator got to say.
person's picture everywhere. And I don't know what to do about moms, dads, just trying to keep their kids safe. I don't know what to do about this.
Yeah, this is a heavy segment for us, and good on Google for following that pattern. Sometimes social media companies can do some good, and they followed this pattern and they turned it in. You know, Sherry's reminded me of a show. I forget what network, but it was called To Catch a Predator.
NBC for years.
Yeah, and there are people who do this kind of work on a regular basis where they're in these back rooms pretending to be minors to catch people who do this kind of stuff. And it was people from all walks of life. I mean, all walks of life that they caught. But back to this 11-year-old boy whose innocence is forever gone because of this man. Now, this is different than the first story we did in this particular segment because this man has pleaded guilty to it. And I think the time that is being proposed, 15, 30 years, is not long enough. I mean, there are studies out there that show that people who have this kind of proclivity, pedophilia, cannot be cured. You know, so we need to do some things, especially when it is unequivocal that the person did this. This man is certainly a pedophile.
And that's why I said, since it's shown and it's proven that you cannot cure them, that you cannot heal them, that not even castration works, there's only one place for these type of people, and that's underground. Hashtag we building caskets up in this bitch. Let's put away all the predators, y'all.
He has defiled this little boy, no telling how many other children he's done the same to. And this is incredibly heavy.
It's so heavy. And you said two important things I want to touch on there. These kinds of predators are everywhere. Don't look for a certain type, folks, because they can be your neighbor. They can live upstairs or title. These folks are everywhere. And the other thing you said about this 11-year-old triggered me to think, not the only one.
Not the only
If you've
one.
come in contact with this person, hold your child and see if, God forbid, anything went down. This can't.
That's why I said that there are things that we can do. Where there's a way, there's a will. But you know what? Too many people giving a blind eye. They're saying that we can't do this. We can't fight the government. Oh, it's meant to be like this. History is meant to, repeat itself. So you telling me you can't break the chains? You can't stop making history from repeat itself? Y'all just want to keep living it.
Potential serial killing nurse. Put up the picture full mass here. According to the report out of Pennsylvania, a former nursing home nurse, potential.
All right, so guys, be careful where you put your elderly parents at, or your elderly loved ones, because apparently we have serial killer nurses. You know what I noticed in 2024? All the movies are coming to light. I'm trying to still figure out if anybody activated their powers when the 8th came. Like, I know Philly didn't get to see the eclipse, but anybody that actually, allegedly saw the eclipse, did y'all powers activate? What did y'all, what type of powers did y'all gain during this eclipse? That, because everybody was wild on Monday. Like, shit was crazy on Monday. But anyways, yeah, back on topic. Take it, be careful where you put your loved ones at. Like, I've been talking about this for a while too. It's like none of these services that we have anymore, none of the resources they give us is like safe. We have to make sure that there's not a serial killer or a serial molester or a serial rapist, because every time you turn around, you find out of somebody being killed, somebody being hurt, somebody being through these places.
Like, I thought he did background checks. Oh, my bad. Yeah, not everybody is caught, so you don't even know, what they've done in the past. They've gotten away with it until now. It's like the predators, right? The ones that take the innocence from people or take what they want when they shouldn't, right? A lot of them get away with it for a long time, and until they don't get caught, nothing's really done about it. But the whole time, a lot of them be snitching like the people here on YouTube. Y'all do know we got predators here on YouTube too, right? We got people on here wishing death. They wish, grave molestation on people's kids and stuff like that. Those people you gotta watch it. Those are red flags. See, people think it's funny, but you don't joke around like that. You don't play like that with people's kids or people's loved ones. See, when you start hearing people talk all psycho and shit here on these chats, I think it's time to start like blocking, or I don't know how you could do it, but find a way to get them off your channel, because these motherfuckers really exist here in real life. And they be all up in our chats too. So don't think that, our chats are free from these monsters that are out here in the real world. No, no, they be lurking through social media too. But we do have a serial killer nurse on the loose.
Serial killing nurse. Put up the picture full mass here. According to the report out of Pennsylvania, a former nursing home nurse named Heather Presdy has already been charged with administering excessive doses of insulin in
Welcome back,
order
Willis. Welcome
to kill
back.
patients, 17 of whom did.
Yo, this damn nurse went in and killed 17 patients. Like, I don't know if she thought she was Michael Myers, Jason. I know she didn't think she was Freddy, because Freddy comes out in your nightmares. And she wasn't out here molesting or taking innocence. No, this bitch went on a killing spree. She was out here oofing people. Like my daughter says, "Oh my god, mommy, he's oofed." I'm like, "What's oofed?" He just oofed. He poofed. He's not here no more. I'm like, "Oh snap, okay." But we got a serial killer nurse. She killed 17 patients. Like, what took them so long to figure out she was the serial killer? Like, what took them so long to figure out she's in here coming to the hospital every day and offing the patient? Like, I'm telling you, the movies are coming to real life. I'm not watching them on the TV no more. I'm actually seeing it in the news and out here in public.
In fact, die. In total, she allegedly mistreated 22 patients, some diabetic, others not, with the dangerous doses she administered at 5 different care facilities from 2020 to this year, according to the Pennsylvania Attorney General's office. I want you to remember those dates, 2020 until 2024. Now, in a new lawsuit, a lawsuit has been filed against one of those facilities, Sunnyview Nursing and Rehabilitation Center. This is in Butler County, Pennsylvania, where Nicholas Symbol died May 1st, 2023. Symbol, 43.
I'm there with Angel right now. She thought she was the angel of mercy. Angel of mercy? How about if this patient didn't want to die? Like, you just went and killed somebody that probably wanted to spend the rest of their life with their kids. You don't know how much time, like, you didn't even let their kids say goodbye, or let's take out the kid out the equation. Let's put, let's change kid. Let's put loved ones. You didn't even let the patient say goodbye to their loved ones, or their loved ones say goodbye to them. You didn't even let them say their last words. Like, you just went and took their life. Like, fuck it, I want to take yours. I just don't like you. Like, for whatever reason, she just went and killed 17 patients, though. Like, this bitch is psycho. I'm sorry to say it. Perpetual is funny. I love Perpetual, yo. She said maybe she thought she was an angel of mercy or something. Yo, the angel of mercy shows mercy. This chick went and killed 17 patients at a nursing home. Like, see, a lot of these parents, see, that's why I be telling y'all, cherish those that you care about, have been there for you. A lot of these elderly that are in the nursing homes and stuff like that, they busted their ass giving their loved ones everything they needed, and they just get left off right there. They don't get no
their kids or, maybe siblings or probably, husbands. I don't know what it is, but, I'm going to just mention everything. Like, they don't get none of them to come by and see them. They just there alone. I'm sitting here, I'm like, and it's crazy because I've heard stories from a lot of them. Like, y'all know, I used to take care of patients. That's why I'm sitting here like, wow. Like, everything you did and your child doesn't even care. All they care about is the money and not having time to take care of you. Like, what I wouldn't do and give for my mom to have been a little different. She had a lot of bad in her, but for a while, all I wanted to see was the good. So it's kind of like, damn, I didn't even put her. She wanted to be at her home, and that's where I left her until the end that she really needed some type of medical help. But this is crazy. She killed 17 patients under her care. No remorse, huh? Wow.
3. Symbol 43 was a resident at Sunnyview. He was a what's called brittle diabetic, meaning he often experienced large swings in his blood glucose levels. He had an anoxic brain injury, blindness, neuropathy, and thus required around-the-clock care. That's according to the official complaint. So the nurse who was hired January 2023 was the manager of that unit where Symbol lived. In that role, she was responsible for providing direct care to the residents, addressing resident care concerns, and conducting internal investigations into staff complaints or abuse. She literally was in charge. The complaint alleges that this nurse routinely insulted, berated, bullied, and abused Mr. Symbol, just as she had done to other residents. Staff allegedly knew she disliked Mr. Symbol, and she routinely called him derogatory terms in reference to his brain injury within earshot of other Sunnyview staff, the filing said. On multiple occasions, she allegedly prevented other nurses from feeding or giving water to Mr. Symbol and had him eat alone when he was taken to the communal dining room. Presty, the nurse, had already been linked to other suspicious resident deaths. Did you hear me? She was already linked to other deaths, but still working. When she was caring for him, the complaint said, on one occasion, she told other staff members, Mr. Symbol was, quote, going to be the next one to die anyway, end quote. That's what the complaint read. Despite these red flags, the facility chose not to remove Nurse Presty from his care. April 30th, 2023, Mr. Symbol's nurse recorded his blood sugar level at 167. That was at 6:30 a.m. 30 minutes later, at 7 a.m., Presty documented his blood sugar had allegedly risen to 380 from 167. Presty then injected Symbol with 60 units of insulin, and his blood sugar plummeted. She then tried to reverse the drop by administering doses of glucagon, the filing said. The suit said she initially refused to call 911, but paramedics were eventually called after she was confronted by her own staff. There's more. Symbol was taken to Butler Memorial Hospital for hypoglycemia, a condition in which one's blood sugar level is lower than the standard range, and was discharged and returned to Sunnyview that same evening. Despite having hospitalized, Sunnyview nursing staff allegedly failed to monitor his blood sugar and condition. Symbol's sister, Melinda Brown, was called and told to come to the facility. This was at 4:30 a.m. She received a call from the nurse saying, Symbol is now dead. His cause of death was initially identified as a myocardial infraction. At first, Symbol's family believed He died, in fact, of natural causes. But it wasn't until the investigation by the Pennsylvania Office of the Attorney General that they ultimately learned that the nurse had, in fact, administered the excessive and lethal dose of insulin to their family member, resulting in his death. The day Simba died, Nurse Presley was terminated by Sunnyview. Why is that? Because they knew that she killed him, okay? So she gets fired. Immediately, because she exhibited abusive behavior toward residents and staff, according to the complaint. After Simba's death, she sent a sympathy card to the family. This is true serial killer mode, saying, quote, Nick was one of a kind, end quote. The suit said the center failed to even hiring Presley, given her checkered career history in which she worked at 10 medical facilities from 2018 to 2022 and was forced to resign or was terminated from each of those jobs due to abusive tendencies and behavior toward residents and staff. Put up a picture again. This is the point I want to get to. Now, remember in the initial report, the Attorney General's office says that she has basically been killing people since 2020 up until now, okay? 2020. She's been in the profession since 2018. It is possible that there are some bodies prior to 2020, but the AG's office, they're making a case based on 2020 to 2024. Why is it that she was able to continue to move in this system, this industry, with proper and valid investigations being done internally?
Jada Jones. So my whole thing is, right, the whole time they knew that she was killing, that she was doing these, she was committing this, and they didn't do nothing. They waited for her to kill that 17th patient for them to actually bring this out, for them to arrest her. Like, y'all had enough proof. Y'all waited for her to keep killing patients, though. That's my whole thing. Like, she don't just need to be locked up. They need to be locked up with her. All of them, whoever hired her and whoever knew about it and didn't say nothing about it. Because, yo, hold up. Y'all sat here and seen that she had a history of this stuff and still hire her? What was y'all scared of her? Because this is not making sense to me. Maybe I'm wrong, but maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm going crazy. Like, really? The system is fucking whack.
With her being terminated multiple times because of abusive and negligent behavior that led to the demise of others, why is it she was able to continue to move on? There are a couple of factors here. Number one, because the industry of nursing care traditionally does not care, or they do not give a damn about the individuals in those facilities, not to the degree that they should. Now, there's some good people in these industries. Of course there are. Good people everywhere. But the reality of culture is present in the fact that multiple agencies, same outcome, abusive behavior, she's still getting promotions. She was not simply a worker. She was in charge. She was a...
That's what I'm asking. If she was not just simply a worker, right?
Like, what took y'all so long? Like, everybody noticed everything that was going on and nobody moved a finger. I get it now. I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. Okay.
Manager with potential murders on her record that she had not been criminally charged for, but was terminated because she was the catalyst for them. How does this happen? There's more. So the suit, once again, said the center failed in hiring the nurse, given her checkered career history in which she worked.
Yes, they all failed because how you see this on her history and the complaints that the lady has, and y'all didn't sit here like, hold up, wait, this lady need to be in jail, not getting hired to take care of another patient and a family losing a family member. Like, yo, what the, yo, this world is backwards.
To 10 medical facilities, 2018 to 2022, and was forced to resign or terminated from each of those jobs due to abusive tendencies and behavior toward residents and staff. While at Sunnyview, she allegedly exhibited troubling and erratic behavior, but the facility, the management, the industry consistently failed to train staff to recognize and report the abuse or neglect of residents. They saw it, they complained, they did not report it. As a result, her abuse was allowed to pervade throughout the facility, the complaint said. The suit said members of the Sunnyview nursing staff began to notice residents.
The whole facility, they completely failed. Whoever hired this lady, I don't know. I think they had parts in it. I think they was in there having to kill. Was they helping her? Because this lady got away with 16 murders before she got caught in these healthcare facilities taking care of the elderly. Like, how in the world?
Whom Presty had access to, quote, were passing away unexpectedly and or under suspicious circumstances, causing the nursing staff to believe Nurse Presty had involvement in their deaths, end quote. The suit outlined some of those other suspicious resident deaths, but the center completely and repeatedly ignored the concerns of staff and residents pertaining to Presty's treatment of residents. Weeks after Mr. Symbol's death.
But I noticed they only talked about one guy. What happened to the other 16 patients that she oofed, from here? Like, did they help bury the body? I'm not trying to be funny. Like, what happened to the other patients? Because I did notice, like, y'all saying 17 patients, right, under her care. But where are they? Like, they was only really speaking on one patient.
And Presty's termination. The Pennsylvania Department of Health conducted an investigation of the facility. According to the complaint, Sunnyview Operating LLC and the center terminated or reprimanded staff who provided information to the department regarding resident deaths or Presty conduct, the complaint says. So they retaliated against the employees who told the truth, who are actually advocates for those under their care, who are following the doctrine of their profession. They get retaliated against for telling the truth. On May 24th, 2023, an arrest warrant was issued and she was taken to custody in connection with 2 resident deaths from insulin-induced hyperglycemia at Quality Life Services. The lawsuit said she admitted to injecting those residents with the intention of killing them, and she was charged with 2 counts of criminal homicide. Counts later upgraded to murder in the 1st and 3rd degree.
Damn.
Then in November,
she got away with that for the longest. Wait, down here it says 17. Now y'all saying what it says? What in November she was charged with 17 additional counts of attempted homicide and 19 counts of neglect of care dependent. So she oofed 17 of them, and 2 of them survived. Wow, that's still crazy. Like, wow.
November, she was charged with 17 additional counts of attempted homicide, 19 counts of negligent or neglect of care dependent persons for deaths at facilities in Butler, Allegheny, Westmoreland, Armstrong counties.
Damn.
And as I said, they did not look beyond 2020, even though she started in 2018. So is she a monster? Of course she is. She needs to be in prison forever.
Yes, she
Period.
does.
Okay. But you cannot talk about her without talking about the industry that allowed this to happen.
Yes.
Over multiple facilities and the same outcome at every facility prior. People's family members would be alive today if they would have done the right thing and simply cared about the people who are in those facilities. This is murder. It doesn't matter if you believe they are in the last stages of their life. It should be the most comfortable stages. They've been through a lot, believe me. To have such a disregard for the humanity of people, and then to allow someone with such an insane history of mistreating our elders to be given positions of power and authority, to be allowed and protected to murder. All of you have blood on your hands.
And that's a fact. Everybody that allowed her to do that has blood in their hands, and they should be behind bars. They need to throw the key away on her. And what's crazy is that they've only done the investigation from 2020 and up, and she's been a nurse since 2018. So he's not wrong on that, yo. Like, it's time to make a change, and it's time to make a difference. Let's see what happens. Let's see how many people are willing to come together. Yo, let's talk about Papa Duck. Y'all want to come up? Y'all want to talk? It's your chance, because I'm reacting to these last 3 videos of Papa Duck, and that's it. His 3 latest uploads. And it's up to y'all if y'all want to come, give y'all perspective before I end my lives. My live. I said lives. Shout out to Papa Duck.
Especially ladies that's in a relationship, and especially the married ladies. Please help me understand something. Papa Duck, listen, man, ladies, especially ladies that's in a relationship, and especially the married ladies. Please help me understand something, okay? When you take a picture and put it on social media, it's okay to take a picture like this, straightforward. But when you turn to the side and show your ass, what are you doing? Do you know how disrespectful that is to your husband? Do you know how disrespectful that is to your old man? You're supposed to be off the market. What are you promoting?
Yo, that's a good question. Ladies, is y'all willing to answer this question? Shout out to Papa Duck. If nobody has a damn open panel about this shit, I'm gonna do one. Perpetual, like, what's up? What you think? You wanna co-host with me? We should have a topic on this. Listen to what he's saying.
Tell me, you're inviting the negative energy into y'all relationship, bro. What do you get from this? Why do you want to show?
Yo, we was just talking about this. We was just talking about this the other day, about the females that are in relationships and they on social media showing off their bodies and shit, disrespecting their husbands. Papa Duck talking about it. I was like, it's not a lot of people. You don't hear a lot of people talk about this, John. The specific topic right here. Fellas, do y'all think that it is disrespectful for your lady to go on social media while on a relationship with you and toot her ass up and take pictures and show it off to the world? I mean, he's on something with this. I just want your guys' perspectives and the women too.
Get from this? Why do you want to show other people that shouldn't be seeing this how you look? Do you know how disrespectful that shit is, man? Make it make sense, bro. Please help me understand this. I'm sure a whole lot of ladies and dudes want to know. When you do that, do you know what you're doing? You're basically saying, look at me, check me out. To who? For what?
That's a fact.
And when you invite this negative energy into your DMs, this negative energy into you when you're walking in the street, what do you expect? For some reason, women think men are stupid. Men ain't stupid. It's like they'll play stupid, but they're not stupid, bro. A man can look at you and see how you post and see how you move and kind of can categorize you as what type of woman you are. Now, you might want to say, nah, that ain't what it is, but guess what? You don't do those type of things if you ain't that type of person. Make it make sense. Stop showing yourself and showing the world how your figure look and how you look in this and how you look in that. Stop doing that, bro. Now, if you single, hey, do your thing. But a lot of times, if you're in a relationship, man, and you always doing that, man, you basically saying, man, I'm single. I'm just with a nigga. That's it. But it shows the depths of y'all relationship. There ain't no respectable woman gonna do that. Not with no man. If you did it, maybe 1 or 2 times. Okay, I let that fly. But man, every time you look around, man, you showing your figure, your ass, and all that. Man, come on, dog. Man, come on, dog. Like, come on, dog. And please don't say, oh.
I say the same thing. I'm like, yo, if you got a whole man, why y'all keep inviting these men? I ain't invite. Yes, you is. You welcome them. Then y'all be flirting. Y'all be doing all types of shit, disrespecting your man. But he can't get in his feelings. You see, he shows emotions or he'll show some type of reaction towards what a lot of y'all females is doing. The nigga will be behind jail. He'll be behind jail, behind bars. Like, a lot of these females out here are so hypocritical. Yet, if the man was to do it, be all over social media showing what belonged to her, it'd be a whole different story. I'm telling y'all. But they don't get it. Like, why? What is you looking for? Y'all really is inviting all that shit in. And then y'all want to be on here talking about, oh, you all up in my DMs. You all up in my inbox. Well, you all up on here acting like Tatiana while you have a whole man at home.
Oh, he don't mind. He okay with it. He let me do it. Man, I don't give a damn, man. You should have respect enough for yourself not to do that, especially if y'all got kids. How you think these kids be, man, getting picked on in school, man, when their friends find out that their mama got her OnlyFans or their mama on there busting it open and all this other stuff? Man, come on, dog. Make it make sense, man. I just want to know why y'all do it. That's it. That's all I want to know. That's it. You know, help me understand what's going on. That's it.
Papa Duck, a lot of men have the same question, and a lot of men ain't gonna get nothing but excuses because no female can actually answer this question. Real shit. They don't know why they doing it. Oh, my man don't say nothing, so I'ma just do it. So I'm guessing, well, for the females that say that, men, are y'all gonna start saying something to y'all ladies? And then ladies, is y'all gonna respect what y'all man says? I wonder how that'll go. Can y'all picture it? I can.
That's all. Because like I say, if you're in a relationship, especially if you're married, you shouldn't be on social media showing your figure to no other person. That's sacred. That's between y'all. Make it make sense. It's your boy Papa Duck. Put in the comments how y'all feel, especially all the guys and females. Like, how y'all feel? This is a community where we can share and learn from each other. I just want to know why y'all do it. That's all. Maybe y'all know some I don't. Well, anyway, it's your boy Papa Duck finna go grab me something to eat, and I will holler at y'all later. But I ain't gonna be in them comments because I want to know what y'all thinking. I want to know where it's finna go. I got to know. All right.
Shit, Papa Duck, I feel the same way. But a lot of these females ain't gonna be honest. I know the real ones are, but the ones that are actually doing it, they not gonna be honest. They gonna make a whole excuse on why they do the shit they do.
I hate hip hop.
Every female got an excuse for something for some reason.
And then, man, it's your boy Papa Duck. Y'all already know what time it is. Listen, man, did y'all hear what that preacher had to say about what's going on today? Check this out.
I'm celebrating 50 years of hip hop. I hate hip hop. I think the worst thing to happen to the black community was hip hop. I'm old enough to remember 50 years. I'm 62. I'm old enough to remember what black folk looked like before hip hop.
What do y'all think is worse, rap or hip hop? In y'all opinions, I don't like rap, but isn't they kind of like the same? I hear my baby pop say they kind of like the same. Is they the same? Taco, hip hop and rap. I thought they were different. Cause I like hip hop more than rap. Rap is what I can't stand. Like, except certain rappers like Kevin Gates right now. Eminem's I used to like him. I've always loved Tupac. I like Tupac over Biggie. I don't know why, but yeah. Hmm. What do y'all think is worse? Rap, hip hop? What type of music is worse? Bad. Like, I don't know. I think all music is bad if they don't got the right message. They got the right message, the right lyrics. I'm with that, John, because I'm all about the lyrics and the message and the music. That's why I love music.
Hip hop, we pulled our pants up. Before hip hop, you didn't see a man's drawers walk around in public. Before hip hop, our women didn't draw all over their bodies, tattoo all over themselves. Before hip hop, our singers didn't sing songs calling our women female dogs, chicken heads, skeezers, and the women didn't call themselves that. They didn't do it before hip hop. Praise the Lord.
Now I agree with the preacher. Yeah, hip hop done destroyed us. I see the effects of hip hop, but what I don't agree with is every time somebody got something to say, they always want to point fingers at the victim. Let me tell you something, bro. If you can see these children out here rapping about shooting and killing each other, why can't you see the record labels that signed them, that put millions of dollars and put them on the radio, on TV to talk about shooting and killing our own people, but you want to blame them? Why you want to blame them? Because for us as a group of people, black people, we don't have nothing for these children to do. Nowhere for them children to go. How you gonna blame them? You gonna blame them for turning out $100,000? They think that's some money, but they don't know no better. Now they can go get their mama this, they can do that. You think they finna say no? You think they gonna say no to the chains, the jewelry, the clothes, and all that? You done lost your mind. I keep trying to tell you, you don't own nothing. Even black preachers don't own their churches. Can't now black organization, I don't care how many preachers, deacons, you get them all together. They cannot build a church in America without their permission. How is that? You talking about the free world, homie. God put this world here for free. And we got to ask permission from another bitch. They can create a monetary system, but we can't. They can create banks and businesses, and we can't. Hospitals, we can't. Man, open your mind, bro. You are a child to this system because you got to get permission to do everything. God put earth on the earth and put everything on earth for free. Bro, we got to work every 30 days to give our money up every 30 days. We got to participate in a system we know flawed. People still black and voting. Come on, man, make it make sense. See, you got to understand the hunter and the wolf. Remember the hunter and the wolf story? How you gonna blame the wolf for trying to eat, but you ain't gonna blame the hunter for putting the trap there? These people own everything. They own what you think. They own what you eat. They own your monetary system. They own how you view the world. We have nothing, bro. And yet you want to point fingers at, oh, I hate hip hop. Oh, I hate this. Bro, you don't own nothing. Churches make millions of dollars a year, and we still don't have.
The problem is people don't want to hear this shit. They don't want to bring the solutions. They don't want to talk about what's going on. They think they own the world. But in reality, this is America, right? Land of the free, where you got to pay for water, even the air you breathe. And that phrase, I put it into a poem, and I heard it right from my baby pops. I said, he's like, you got to pay for the air you breathe in this land, right? I'm sitting here like, what? The air is free. He's like, think about it. It took me 5 years to figure that shit out, but I figured it out. How the fuck if the air is free, you got to pay for it, unless it's your air conditioner. Like, that's how ignorant I was. I get it now. I freaking get it.
I know where for these children to go. The crazy part about it is this. Athletes' money, churches' money, none of black people's money is made to help uplift their own people. Think about what I just said. Soon as you making millions of dollars and here you come trying to uplift your people, you building schools, You doing this. You know how much red tape you got to go through for them to say, yes, you can do it. But yet God put earth on here for free for all of us. But we got to listen to another bitch. We got to go to another bitch school. We know finna poison our minds and our children mind. Look what they doing to the children with the rainbow. And you can't do nothing about it. I keep telling you, they're going to sign people like Sexy Red to talk about this, to talk about that, and get into your children mind, and ain't nothing you can do about it because you don't have the power to do it. You don't have the power to shut it down. How the fuck, every time you say something about them, they can understand the disrespect, and here you come.
Okay, Perpetual, you good? I know it's late over there. Where you at? Our times is different. It's 8:16 a.m. over here. What time is it in Australia? I hate when it turns blue because I can't see it. Hold on. There we go. Forgive me, Rach. I've got to get some sleep. It's nearly... Oh, it's 11 p.m. in Australia already? Dang. So when it's 8 a.m. over here, it's 11 p.m. over there. It's nighttime. That's what you call time traveling. Real shit. That's time traveling right there. I know. I was making a joke because of how big of a difference the time is. Good night, Perpetual. Good night. I hope, I'll see you on the next live. Blessings, blessings. But this shit's crazy. You see how, this is stuff that we've been talking about. This is the stuff that we need to talk about because I guess people want to be what? Blind to the facts and colorblind to a lot of situations.
As a rapper or a fucking movie star, you gotta write an apology letter. That's simp ass shit. Oh, I'm sorry for this in this community. Man, fuck that. These motherfucking people signing your children to talk about killing and shooting your children, filming them, going to the graves of these people they done shot and killed. They pissing on these people's graves. Got our children out here doing all this crazy shit, and we don't have the power to stop it. Think about what I'm saying. All the influence comes from them. We don't have the power. If we did, we would create our own black Hollywood. Fuck Hollywood, but we'll create our own movie companies where we can change the dynamics of how the world see black people. But you don't understand what TV is, radio is. You don't understand how that shit get into people's minds. And when they sign people like Beyonce and they sign this artist, to do what? To keep us entertained, distracted. You think they're gonna sign an artist like me? I used to rap about that shit until I know better. I know better now. You think they're gonna sign an artist that's gonna walk in there and talk about uplifting their people? You think they're gonna put millions of dollars behind an artist that's gonna talk about putting his people in a better position? You done lost your fucking mind. You know how much money these people make off your ignorance? Why you think the jails are filled? Make it make sense. You done lost your mind. You done lost your mind. And this is why you're gonna continuously see artists getting signed, talking about shooting, killing, and doing all this crazy shit. Anything positive, they shutting it down. And if you don't see that, something wrong with you. Something is very, very wrong with you if you don't see what's going on in this world. The powers that be, how they operate. Why the fuck BMF and what's the other shows? Raising Canaan, New Jack City, just all these shows talk about the same thing. Drugs. Black people gonna kill and sell drugs to each other. This is how we make money. This is all we knew coming up. Because wasn't nobody or a group of people that actually showed us different. We saw and mimicked what we saw. If there was another group of people that could paint black people in a different light, oh, black women are this, black fathers are that. This is what a black family looked like. We could change some things starting from that point. But when you don't see that, all you see is niggas killing niggas. You must understand your brain don't know the difference from what they see, from what it sees on TV. Your brain don't know what's real and what's fake. You talk about childhood trauma, nigga, I'm talking about adulthood trauma. Watching these shows, seeing a bitch head get blowed off. Bro, do you know what that do to you? Your brain can't decipher the difference to what's real and what's fake. But you want to talk about the victims. But you don't want to talk about the motherfuckers who's oppressing us all, who got us all paying bills every 30 days, who got us paying insurance, who got us doing all this shit. Oh, you don't see them. But you can see the motherfucking victim, though. what that says about you as a person. Think about what I'm saying, bro. This ain't no color thing. That's the shit that be pissing me off.
That's why I love watching Papa Duck, because he's real and he is saying it as it is, yo. And it's crazy because I talk about it all, from the current events to the things that are happening in our community, to at times I mention the celebrities, but I bring in the politics, I bring it all. It all goes hand in hand. People want to just section it out. No, I don't just see the victims, I see everything that's happening. And we got to talk about it all.
These children gonna continue to sign to these labels because the people that's signing them, they own everything. They own the influence that these children have in their mind. They own the phones, the YouTubes, and they own it all. And everything they pushing is to degrade us. What the fuck you think gonna happen? Until we as people, like the Black Panthers were the closest ones physically to overthrow the government. They had their own everything. Look what happened to them. If these people really wanted peace, you don't think they would have put money up behind them? Why you think I don't fuck with grant money? Because when you do grant money, all they doing is giving you money to help build their societies up. You can't take that money and liberate your people. You know you can't do that. Stop blaming the victim. Because like I said, if you train a dog to kill and he kill, you want to point fingers at him. That don't make no sense. That's stupid. The hunter and the wolf. When the hunter put blood on the blade and he hid it in the snow, and the wolf walked up and licked it, and he thought he was eating it, he licked the blade, cut his tongue, not knowing he cut himself, but he keep licking and licking and licking until he kill himself. How the fuck you gonna blame the wolf for trying to eat? Tell me. Huh? How we gonna blame these kids for trying to eat? We don't got nothing for them. Even adults, we ain't got nothing for grown people. Everything you see on fucking social media, man, is degrading. From women to men to children, food. Come on, bro. Churches make millions of dollars, black churches, and still we ain't got nowhere for these children to go. Where they going? I told you, bro. Man, I'll holler at y'all on the next one, bro. I'm pissed off, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying? This just what it is, man. Fuck it. And like I say, Ubuntu. I'm gonna push it till I leave this bitch. And all Ubuntu mean is I am because we are. I can't move without y'all. Y'all can't move without us. We move together.
Yeah, I don't know how I got kicked out of my own StreamYard.
To try fiber
Guys, this is the last video I'm going to show y'all. And then I'm going to end the live. I would love to hear your comments, down below in the description box for those that catch the replay. Thanks for everybody that rocked out, that, showed a shorty support and, gave their perspectives and their opinions.
Hey, man, it's your boy Papa Duck. Listen, man, I'm gonna show y'all just how separated we are as people, right? You have neighbors that live next door, upstairs, wherever they live. Y'all live right beside each other that don't speak with each other, don't deal with each other, don't talk to each other. And I get it. If you got neighbors that's just assholes or they just do stuff that you don't, I get that. But we shouldn't be thinking like that. But this is how bad the world got us messed up in the head. Come tell you something. If a bitch come steal something off your porch, your Amazon package, bitch, Joe Biden ain't gonna be there to tell you, no, don't do that. That's my neighbor. None of the Hillary Clinton, none of the Bilderbergs, the Rockefellers, none of the powers that be that run the world that tells you, y'all neighbors, y'all shouldn't be dealing with each other. Think about what I'm saying. It really don't make no sense, dog. But this is socialism. This is how the world tells you what to do and what not to do. The world tells you don't be all friendly with everybody. Why not? Bitch, your son happened to your child, and I'm standing next door to you. I could be of a help. Now I know some of y'all gonna be like, well, some of these people they do. That's what the world tells us. The world trains us to think the way we think. When I grew up, anybody could beat your ass. I turned out okay. You got ass whooping from your neighbor, the person up the street, and then when you got home, you got ass whooping more. Back then, this is where people took care of each other. But we so divided, dog. You can't tell a bitch nothing about their child. You can't help them with their child no kind of way. And this is what the world tells us. This happens through movies, crime.
And that's a fact. And the people are actually doing it. It's like, it's to the point now that you cannot trust your neighbor. Because the neighbors out here be starting shit, be lying, be instigating, be the problem sometimes. And that's crazy because what Papa Duck is saying is true. This is how it was. This is how it should be. But the reality is something else, like people want to smack people with. But if you want the reality, I could take you back. Like, come on, man. Y'all want to say this? This is why I do not believe on a Bible. I do not trust a Bible. The shit people do is because at the end of the day, this is how it's supposed to be. The Bible says do this. But y'all do the complete opposite of what a Bible says. Complete hypocrisy is what I've seen.
Propaganda. How did it convert from everybody outside watching over everybody's children playing in the neighborhood to no nobody wants you to say nothing about their child? Something had to happen. And these things happen right up on our noses without us thinking. I told y'all silent weapons for quiet wars. All the things you see on TV, they be playing. All the things you see on the news telling you don't trust that person, don't trust it. Man, fuck what them people say. I'm not talking about no punk ass homeowner association. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about we as neighbors, a community, we the people, we ought to get together, learn each other, know who's who, look after each other's children, and change it around. And the crazy part about it be a lot of damn people who claim to be religious, go to church every Sunday, and they just this and they that. How?
First
When you got
ones.
the mind frame of what the world telling you what to do, you be in control. That's like everybody else. You be in control. You're being told what to do. Dog, the higher ups that's running the world, they're not going to be in your neighborhood or your community helping you physically. Because half these people govern you and tell you what to do because you vote for them and they never saw you a day in your life. They don't have the same problems that you have, never will. This shit just don't make no sense, bro. But fuck them. Because they going to take care of them. And then they going to paint the picture and make it seem as though we shouldn't trust each other.
Right.
Because like I say, back in the day, everybody looked over everybody's children. You get what I'm saying? That's just what happened. But not no more. You can't tell a bitch nothing about their child. But I'm just showing you how society will tell you what to do, will tell you what to wear, who to talk to, who not to talk to.
First time I ever seen the weather.
All these people do is every day find ways to get in here. That's all they do. This is why they created Hollywood. This is why they created commercials. This is why they created any type of influence, any type of media. All media does is allow them to paint pictures for you, and we go off of that shit based off what they say and do. Anyway, as a community, we need to start coming together. Okay? Because we got to live amongst each other. Common sense.
The cannabis industry is exploding nationwide, and that's why I created the Master Mentors Live educational platform to train, prepare.
And that's a fact, yo. On that note, I listen, man. I just wanted y'all to hear that. This is all I've been trying to say for the longest. Like, I am not manipulated. I am not controlled. And like I said, where there's a will, there's a way. But we're too divided right now. How do we change that? That's what we need to focus on. Trying to get everybody united. That should be our main focus. in order for us to accomplish what it is that we're all talking about, we have to unite. We have to stand up and we have to fight. Because at the end of the day, we're not going to get nowhere. And like he said, the Black Panthers were one of the first ones to prove it and get it done. It's been proven before, but people are so blind. Like, go out there, do your research, learn your history before you end up in a ditch making history. So on that note, yo, listen, man, that's all I wanted to say. I hope all of y'all, go out there, do y'all research on your own. Don't just go by what a shorty is saying. Do y'all research, because things can be done, but we too busy fighting and arguing. And listen, I guess like he just said, we're too busy being mind controlled and manipulated. Till next time, this y'all shorty Rachel. I hope all of y'all have a blessed and humble day. I hope all of y'all continue to have a blessed and humble day. And like I said, we need more unity. When that happens, then everything that we're talking about on every podcast will get accomplished. You got motherfuckers talking about that they want to make a change, they want to make a difference, but still stuck in the same phase. You got motherfuckers talking about that they want to chase a bag, but stay at home and nag. Then when you ask them what they need, they say less talking, more opinions, no prayers with the vision. You ask me, y'all need to focus more on revision, rely less on television. How you want a future you have no vision? This world is just like fiction. What we need is more talking, less opinions, more prayers with no division. Before you come up with a conclusion, giving people false illusions, pick up a book, do your research, learn your history before you end up in a ditch making history. Division and religion isn't working. The only way to show God our faith and love is through our actions. Our convictions is the only thing that really unite us. One God, one nation, different beliefs. There's words that can't fly with the wind. There's insults that are not violent. Meanwhile, while you're home to them, they're killing you on the inside. If I was to tell you that I didn't hurt, I would be lying. Would you believe me if I was to tell you that there's truths that lie, especially when they're telling you that they're indifferent? Getting shoved to the side because you're different. There's a hug out there someone didn't receive today. Probably because of what was said about them yesterday. Probably because of the way they was dressed today. Not realizing that the one that they hate could be the one that saves their day. But you know what? Thanks to them, it's another day in history where you get to flip the pages to your book and speak your story. And Lord, it's unholy. But you know what hurts the most? As I walk down the street and I see how easily we're divided. When we all should be united. One body, one mind, one soul, a million talents. Lord, without you, we're all divided. Forgive them, Lord, for they don't know any better. They don't know that there's someone out there that loves them.